We are here in Daytona Beach, Florida for the first race of the third season in the GATCO Truck Series. We got about 7 minutes left to practice. All of our GATCO drivers are out here practicing for a total of 100 laps tonight to see who will be the GATCO 250 winner here. In the booth with me tonight, I have everybody's favorite GOATfinity champion and series killer, Aiden Walker.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for a lot of these drivers tonight. First of all, thank you for letting me be in the booth for once again in that race. We saw a lot of carnage through the duels, so I can expect a little bit of the same for this, but of course some of the drivers that we saw miss through the duels was Kai Collymore and a few others with Ethan Dweldy and Cole Larson, so who do you think's going to be doing pretty good tonight?
Who do I think is going to be the guy I want to look my eye out for is, I'll just go with a champion and a Daytona champion, Matthew White. He won the Season 1 Daytona 250, and he won the Season 1 championship. So I'm going to go with Matthew White. I think I'm pretty sure it's his first race back since Season 2 Daytona. So he hasn't been here for a while, but we know he's going to have the pace and the speed to mix it up with all these drivers tonight. So look for him at the front, in my opinion.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for something a little bit more towards the outside. I'm going to go with Nicholas Boomlick. He showed a lot of pace last season and things. Well, yes, I haven't seen him do too great on super speedways. I think he has a very good shot. But who knows? Maybe it could be someone else tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting for a lot of these drivers. The biggest driver I'm also going to keep my eye on is Cooper Brackens. We know he's also been so close to winning at super speedway races. I would like to see how he can do. He's pretty good at the draft. Maybe not so good at the mile and a halves, but drafting tracks are just his cup of tea.
Yeah, one other person I want to talk about, Dylan Fox, after coming just short out of the championship last season, he's looking to try getting another chance at it. As you can see, he's in the pack trying to get some laps and try figuring out how the draft's going to work tonight. I think he has a pretty good shot tonight. He showed a lot of pace through the duels, just kept getting in trouble. And
speaking of trouble,
it seems like he's turned someone. Speaking of trouble, so I think he has a pretty good shot tonight. Who next do you have?
I'll go with Tyler McDonald. He's last year's champion, won at Texas. So keep an eye out for that 28 truck. He won the GOATfinity Clash. He's actually not on track right now, but that 28 truck is somebody I would like to keep my eye on for tonight. But I guess we got a couple minutes left. Aiden, do you want to pull anybody in the booth real quick?
Well, I think we do have some stuff coming on from the race control for tonight about one of our drivers.
All right, well, let's bring him in here. Make sure, Jonah, you don't step on your microphone cord like Aiden always does. But what would you like to announce, Jonah?
Yeah, so after some personal issues, Aiden Laney had told race control prior to the race that he was not going to be able to show up. And so Ace Throckmorton, who came up 0.02 of a second short of making the Daytona 250, he was gifted the 32nd spot in making this race.
That's going to be really good for AACS. Our thoughts are with Austin and his family, so hopefully everything will be good where he can come back next week and give us a good race control, make sure we don't have a fiasco of a race. But good luck, Jonah, and hopefully you don't have to stress out too much tonight.
Yeah, all alone, but it'll be fun.
Oh, well. All right, well.
Someone... Blake, why'd you have to kick him out of the booth like that? You just, actually just kicked him out.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't move. It's a small booth up here. All right, well, let's pull in probably the driver that I think we're going to be talking about the most this season. Finished second in the points last season. It's the guy we just talked about, the Foxman himself, Ford truck. Dylan, you're probably the guy a lot of people are going to be keeping their eye on this year. Talk about how you're going to anticipate tonight's race and what you expect the season to be for you.
Say that a question again. Hold on. Someone was yelling at me. What'd you say?
Talk about your race, car, and season.
Well, we got a pretty damn fast number 4 All-State Tundra. We got 3 teammates tonight. One's sitting on the pole. One's out in the ass end of it. We're looking to be fast. The duels were a blast. That rhymed. You know, it'll be fun tonight no matter what. We're hoping to be there at the end when it counts. So, I'd like to thank Toyota, Allstate, W Energy. Use code RACE35 for 10% off. I'd also like to thank OpenNav, the newest iRacing development in telemetry data, for sponsoring us as well. Great partner, and we'll see you in Victory Lane.
All right. Well, he called his shot last week and got wrecked, and he
And
almost
some
won.
motherfucking beer, baby!
Yep.
Hell yeah!
All right, who do you want to pull in here? Who do you want to talk to before?
We'll pull the teammate. Give me 1 second. I gotta get him over here. We haven't talked about him. Okay, he's not going where I need him to go. No, that's the wrong person. That's the right person. Give me 1 second. We haven't talked to him. Kenneth Laura, after winning the duel race this past week, how do you think you can control a race tonight, starting from up front? What do you think you can do?
Oh man, I think I'm gonna be I think I'm gonna be pretty good tonight. Just goes the way it goes, I guess. I mean, if I wreck, I wreck.
Well,
I've kind of struggled recently though, so GATCO is definitely one that I want to get a win in, so hopefully that's tonight.
well, Blake, I think we know a question to ask.
Do you know what DRL stands for?
No.
All right. Well,
Why?
he's out of here. He cannot answer that
Yep.
question. All right. Well, let's bring in another driver. We got about 45 seconds left. Currently working together, Tyler and Ryan. I don't think he's going full time, but we could bring him in and ask him what he thinks about plate racing. Ryan, you got 30 seconds. Make your interview count. You're driving 21 truck tonight.
Yeah, this is gonna be a show. I'm not really comfortable in this truck yet, but it's gonna be a fun one. A lot of chaos probably because that's what you do here at Daytona.
Well, would you like to thank anybody?
I like to thank myself, me, and I, and Brighton, and whoever else might be tuning into this stream right now. Let's try to go win something.
All right, well, that was Ryan New, driver of the 21 Flingo.
Yep.
Flingo Ford truck Tundra thing. I don't know where I threw him. He is not where he belongs. All right, well, it is time to go racing. We have had 2 months of an off season, but it's time to get these drivers back at it here at Daytona. The green flag is coming up next.
Long cast, tape decks broke, thinking of a headache now. But I can tell by the smile on your face, we still got a mile to go. We're having the best time, living the fast life, thinking we're just too damn young to die. Ain't waiting for next time to see all the bright lights, see it all. We're driving the fast lane out on the freeway, tell us to slow down, start to call chase. As long as we've got each other, we've got it made. We've got it, we've got it, we've got it made. We've got it, we've got it, we've got it made. We've got it, we've got it, we've got it made.
The trucks are lined up, and it is time to go racing here at Daytona. So let's go through our starting lineup for tonight's race. Starting on the pole tonight is the number 8 truck of Kenneth Laura, dual number 1. Starting in the P2 position is Peyton Lindsay in the 40 truck, and both of these drivers were very fast in their dual races.
Yeah, and now we got row 2, which has Zachary Mers and CJ Erdman. Both were showing pretty good pace, but, with a lot of carnage possibly happening tonight, let's see what they can do.
Yeah, we got Joshua Hallford in the 94 and the 12 truck of Max DeFlippy.
Starting in row 4 is Divine Tobin and Dylan Fox, one that we'll have to be keeping out for.
Yeah, sorry, behind him is going to be the number 29 of Richard Sherry. We know he's been a GATCO, I would say veteran. He's been here for a couple races. He definitely knows his way around the track. And starting next to him, who is not currently here, is the number 53 of Matt Grab.
Well, starting in row 6, we have Victoria Gearing and Christian Herklotz.
Behind them is the number 23 of Kyla Wilson and Doug What McDifty?
Anyways, going into row 8, we got Racing Pimentel and Tyler McDonald. Another one we'll have to keep out for. You know, he showed a lot of pace through the duels, just got up in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he just decided to teleport out of here. And in the 6th, did you say Ryan? We missed
I did not
somebody.
say Ryan.
Anyway, Ryan and Tyler are next to each other, and behind them is Luigi Gonzalez and my favorite driver in the number 80 truck, Vanderlei.
Well, in P20, or at least what it says on the order, we have Hudson Pollard and Mason Suit.
Yeah, Mason rounds out your top 20 for the starting lineup. Behind them, we have a lot of, I would say, iconic faces in GATCO. Cooper Bracken's in 21st. Clover Shepard in 22nd. Zane is in 23rd, and behind him is Noah Ganger. Asa in the number 25th position, that 77 Burger King truck. That's an iconic truck. Jose Palenko in 26th. Donovan changed his number to the number, well, he's gone, to the number 6 truck for tonight. And Nicholas is in the 28th position tonight. He had 3 races. He won last season, so look for that number 99 truck tonight. And Corey, the guy who made all of these graphics, rolls off 29th for this evening's race. So everybody give a big thanks to Corey through YouTube or Discord or wherever you know him. And rounding out the field, what was supposed to be last position is Matthew White. But it's actually Ace Throckmorton because Ace had about 0.003 of a second, if I'm not mistaken, lost in the duels. But since we had a couple drivers who couldn't make it tonight, Ace is going to round out the field in 31st position. Well, as they start to roll off here down into turn number 1, I think the big story tonight is going to be survival. That's the only word, in my opinion, that is going to be able to sum up this race.
Yeah, survival's going to be one of the main things, but something else you got to put in is track position, which also comes with survival, because if you get involved in a wreck, you're going to the back. Because if you get any damage, I mean, you could get lucky with barely getting hit, but if you get any damage, chances are you're probably going to have to repair it. And with how many laps we have tonight, there's going to be a lot of trucks that could either get wrecked, or who knows, we could have a very clean night and end up going green to the end, but I highly doubt that.
Yeah, I would just like to preface also, this is the longest GATCO Daytona race we've ever done. 100 laps for tonight. I think the longest one was 90, so it's about 10 more laps than we had last season. To the scheduled distance, we probably honestly hit 100 with the amount of overtimes and caution slags we had. But tonight is going to be a very different race than we've had in the past. Survival, like I said, keeping all 4 tires on the ground is another one. We know these trucks like to get in the air when they get spun a certain way, so make sure you're not flipping down the front stretch. But I would say, while we have another pace lap, let's bring in one of our drivers and ask him a question before tonight. Let's bring in our last year's GATCO 250 winner. Zane, do you have a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, as we're warming up here, you're rolling off 23rd. What's your strategy to get back to victory lane here tonight?
Probably just survive.
That's literally the word that we've been talking about, survival. I assume you have a plan with your teammates.
Yeah, we do.
All right, well, good luck tonight. Hopefully we can see you back in victory lane.
All right, thanks, Blake.
And very few words.
Very few words by the number 46 driver. I would like to also say it is, can I see this? Weather. Yes, it is. Oh no, I don't know Celsius. It says 28 degrees Celsius. If we got anybody in the chat who could convert that to Fahrenheit? That's how hot it here is at Daytona. 0 chance of participation. Humidity is 62% here, so it is a very, very clean race tonight. We're not going to have any fog or anything, so these drivers won't have to worry about racing fog in this evening.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly a bit of rookie numbers for Florida, especially with us being next to the coast. That humidity is pretty low.
Yeah, I went to Florida. I couldn't breathe. All right, well, 31 drivers are going to be taken to the high banks here at Daytona. What's your prediction when you get that first yellow?
You know what? I said lap 7 last week. We're going to do lap 14 this week. You know, it's a longer race. we're gonna have a little bit more time. Now, I don't think it's gonna be a massive wreck. I think it's just gonna be a few trucks or something like that. But who knows? Could end up being one that could change the entire outcome of the race.
All right. Well, coming to the green flag for the GATCO 250, it's the biggest race of the season, and it starts here at Daytona. The crowd is on their feet. Kenneth Laura in the 8, Lindsay in the 40. Green flag is in the air at Daytona. That 40 truck already has cleared Kenneth on the bottom, but he stays all the way up top in that middle-ish lane, being pushed by the 47 of CJ.
Yeah, alright, the bottom lane did not get connected on the initial start, and Dylan Fox is around in front of the field, almost up and over, as more and more truck team involved. I see Kenneth Laura, teammates involved in this one.
Yeah, we saw Kenneth and Dylan Fox get involved in that. What an early accident here at Daytona. Oh my gosh. That is something I honestly was not anticipating. I was not anticipating that.
I don't think any of us were.
Unbelievable. 2 teammates now at the back of the field after that. Let's take a look at what happened. Down the backstretch here. Oh, the 12 truck at Max just barely got in the 4. There was nothing Kenneth could do. Oh, Kenneth got hit by... I'm not sure who that was in the NOS energy truck.
I can't tell who that was, but I think it just maybe... Because you see Dylan Fox was... If we went back to the chopper cam, it looks like Dylan Fox was already up towards the outside wall, and D. Filippi just slid up the track. Looks like the person that hit Kenneth Laura was the 55 truck. I don't know the names too well, but...
That's going to be Doug in the 55, but I don't think he got as much damage as it could have been. He looks all right.
I mean, I said it was going to be a few trucks, but I was not expecting it this early.
No, I was not anticipating a wreck this early either. We'll go on board with the 4 truck here and just see what it looked like from inside. Oh, that's not the right view. We don't have it anymore? There we go. Just comes off turn number 4 or 2. I mean, he may have came down just a little bit, but I don't even think it was much on him. It was on the 12.
It seemed like it was just like such light contact that... I mean, they probably could have corrected it a little bit earlier, but just didn't have the... I guess no one was really expecting this to happen on lap 1, so...
Yeah, that's unbelievable. We talked to him in the race. Definitely had a lot of confidence heading into tonight. So that's really unfortunate for him.
And then our Pulsar...
way down on the track.
Seems like Max D. Filippi, I think, has a penalty to him.
Yeah, he probably has an EOL for causing that accident.
Yeah. But the Pulsar, Kenneth Laura had a lot of confidence going tonight. Well, that went out the window right there.
Yeah, I would like to bring in, I guess, I did see him slow down and miss the wreck. He called me on my cell phone. You know those things on my flip phone? That's like the newest technology, I think. I don't think we have anything newer. So let's figure out why he was calling me. Tyler, why are you calling me?
Someone was screaming at you to reset your trading paints.
Oh.
I don't know why, but they were.
Okay, well, Tyler, how are you doing on this fine afternoon? You are a champion now officially of starting a new season. You're the reigning champion.
Well, I had a little bit of PTSD from a homestead with a lap 1 crash right there. So I was hitting the brakes hoping no one would run into me. I'm already going to have to change underwear here, but yeah, we're still squeaky clean. And now we got Ryan and Mason behind us, so we'll just hang out here for a little while, I think.
Well, what's that fuel window, by the way?
We're talking about 26 laps on a full tank.
26 laps on a full tank. That's a good amount. Okay, thank you. All right, I'm going to now throw you out of here and go talk to your friends. All right, well, it looks
Wait,
like...
did he get out of the truck to get in the booth?
Yeah, he's a little strange.
Huh. Yeah, I was wondering why there was another person next to us. I didn't realize that was Tyler. Wait, then who was driving Tyler's truck?
I think he has like a doppelganger or something.
Oh.
Looks like
Let's just have
Boomlick,
someone in the passenger.
who we talked about earlier, is, I don't know if he fell out of connection, but he is 30th, 6 laps down. So if he's running full time, like he tried to at the end of the year, that's really going to hurt him already starting out with a bad finish here at Daytona. Well, we're four laps down here at Daytona. We do have halfway points, chat. So if you did not know, there's 10 points for the first place person who gets to halfway. That's gonna be 10 just regular championship points, and then 7, 3, or sorry, no, like it's like 10, 8, 4, 2, 1. I don't know. We'll figure. You'll see it on the graphic. I can't remember.
It does say we have 47 laps to it, so
I don't think that's accurate.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I knew.
Oh no!
Oh, well, that is what he gets. Wow.
Well, do we end up delaying the yellow for that, or
I don't
are
think
we
so.
gonna
I
just
think
get
Lindsay's
back
going to be
going?
able to get back up here.
It doesn't seem like there's any damage to the number 40 truck, as it does seem like he's going to be starting on the outside lane.
Yeah, and it
But-
sucks that the 09 truck of Zachary literally had nowhere to go. He was just under the line driving right there, and then the 40 truck just comes down and piles drives into the 09.
I don't know they have to order setup for this restart here, because Matt Grab is leaving a major gap for the outside lane. But it looks like Zachary Mercer's going to pull into pits here.
He's actually going to stop. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but green flag is back out. Lindsay, after being wrecked under that yellow, goes down the bottom and to take the lead.
Yeah, I don't really like the gap he has here going into turn 1. That is about like a 3 or 4 truck length gap, I'm sorry. But you can see that gap's going down very quickly here. Will we see a move here?
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a move or a big shot, and that's what he gets, the big shot by CJ in the 47. Erdman pushing hard on the back tailgate of that 40. Pretty much single
Are you
filed out the
consistent?
first couple trucks.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. Doesn't seem like we have much 3-wide racing. A lot of people seeming to just stay a little bit further towards the back, I think. As Matt Grab is leading that second lane. It almost looks like a real-life truck race with how they're running right now.
I know, just pretty much nose to tail, and honestly, we're kind of getting a little bit of formation on that top, but it's not going to be too much. That 94 slid up a little bit off the bottom. That's going to help Matt Grab if he wants to take that inside line. He does not. He stays to the top, and that's the only double line working is Matt Grab leading it with Cooper Brackens in the 68.
Yeah, it looks like Cooper Bracken's just like kind of checked up on the backstretch while pushing Matt Grab, and that built a bit of a gap that you don't want to have if you're trying to make that top lane work. But it seems like the 44 truck Pimento is slightly sliding up into the second lane. As you can see, the man that we always expect on the top lane, Dylan Fox.
All the way up there by the wall. Yep. I mean, he is always rim riding all the way by the fence. Tucks back in line here. Right behind Matthew White. Back up front. That 40 truck still leads. Almost ducked to the top side. It looked like Matthew White all the way up against the wall back there.
Yeah, it seems like the outside lane finally got some momentum, and now they're all the way up to the front row, and they've all moved up to the top now.
It's crazy how fast these lanes can change. 1 minute you're at the bottom, next minute you're all the way up against the wall, but you can be Matthew White, you can be all over the place while still gaining position.
I mean, you can see Dylan Fox nearly went from blowing over and going upside down up to third on the outside lane. It's crazy how much positions you can gain in just a few laps.
Yeah, remember, Matthew White and Dylan Fox basically restarted last on that restart. Remember, Matthew White started last, and Dylan Fox got wrecked on lap 1. And they're all the way back up here in the top 10 already.
Yeah, and you know how I said it was going to be pretty clean? I don't think that's going to happen because we are 3 by 3 by 3. I think we may even have a 4th row of 3 wide.
Yeah, we are 3 by 3
Make
all
that
the way
5.
through. Yeah. They round out of turn number 4. They are still 3 by 3. And it is getting exciting. That Ford truck giving the big push to Cooper Brackens to complete lap number 9. I think. Or we're on 9. I'm not sure.
Now, something these drivers do have to worry about is keeping their oil temps and water temps down whenever they're pushing. If you see them locking bumpers, we don't have a locking bumpers rule. So that'll be kind of hard to deal with on iRacing. But if you lock bumpers for long enough, your water temps or oil temps, I forget if it is the oil temps in this truck, but they will go up and they will skyrocket up. And you will see trucks have to separate because the temps gain too high.
Yeah, funny story. I raced a race in the Cup Series car, and I completely forgot about that and just blew my engine while in second place. Never letting myself live that down.
Yeah, you never want to push too long in these things. It'll cause your motor to go slightly kaboom. But
Yeah.
it seems like we started to single file out a little bit. As you can see, Matthew White pulls the inside Matt Grab, trying to get up to second, and it looks like he may have help from Richard Cheery here.
Yeah, we got our Season 1 champion now on the bottom of the racetrack. Matthew White out of nowhere basically started last, but has been moving positions. Matt Grab right behind him gets back in line. And here is the number 4 truck. Made his way all the way back up to the front. I can tell he's not going to want to... Man, that's a close plug. I can already tell he's not going to want to be in the back as he's continuing to make up positions. Now 3 wide for the lead.
Well, now he's in the sucker hole, but he's got help behind, and there's contact. Seems like Matt Grab and Richard Cheery slid up the track a little bit, but Dylan Fox going to have help from his teammate Kenneth Lohr here.
Yeah, remember, these trucks all have one fast repair, but only 91 laps to go. You're not going to want to use it. The race has just started. You're not going to want to use that fast repair because then you're basically over if you get caught up in another wreck later on tonight, especially when the racing picks up.
Yeah, already you can see CJ Erdman trying to make as many blocks as possible, and a bad push from Kenneth Lohr onto Dylan Fox nearly spins him out.
Down the backstretch into turn number 3, Matthew White getting a huge shove into Erdman to take the lead.
Well, as you hear a little bit of issues for Blake right now, but anyways, seems like we're starting to single file out again. It seems like we can never get back single file right now, and right as I say that, we've already got the second lane rolling. Cooper Bracken's up there with, I think that is Clover Shepard pushing Cooper Brackens, but now Richard Cheery looking to maybe make it a second lane work.
Yeah, Richard Cheery at the top of the track. He's also a driver who, I don't know his talent. He's either really good or just always caught up in wrecks, and I'm not sure. He's always up here at the front, but he's always getting caught up in wrecks. So maybe he's unlucky, but he's a driver I would like to keep my eye on. He came close at winning Michigan a couple years ago, so it wouldn't surprise me if he could pull off a super speedway win because Michigan's kind of like that.
Yeah, I can imagine that with how that track is always seeming to be super speedway racing. It's now Matthew White going to move up to the top, going to have help from Cooper Brackens. Can Matthew White take the lead from CJ Erdman for the first time since the restart?
Matthew White to the lead. Cooper Brackens, though, wants that lead. Matthew White goes down across the track. Cooper does not go with him. Brackens now trying to get his truck to the outside of Matthew White. He's going to get there. Matthew White throws the block on Erdman back down to the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, that was very close coming off turn 2. Nearly getting hooked, Matthew White, but as we go down the backstretch entering turn 3, looks like CJ Erdman's going to shove Matthew White all the way out clear. CJ Erdman's now going to get clear. Is he going to make a move off turn 4?
Down across the tri-oval here, Matthew White still leads. Erdman following, Matt Grab in 3rd, Richard in 4th. And here comes that top lane a little bit. Cooper Brackens has fallen back, but it seems like they got some help now. It looks like it's going to be Clover all the way in the back here, trying to push Cooper Brackens back up the front. Two teammates working together.
Yeah, I just nearly saw a wreck with Kenneth Laura and Max D. Filippi. Going into turn 1, they nearly wrecked. Now Kenneth Laura going to jump up to the top lane with help from Cooper Brackens. Cooper Brackens has been pushing everybody tonight.
Yeah,
And he just seems to be the one doing everything.
Yeah, he is. I don't know how I keep on getting on the blinking cars.
I have no idea, but as we come off turn 4, Kenneth Laura all over the place, nearly getting hooked by Cooper Brackens. But as they're trying to make this top lane work, Richard Cheery going to try jumping up there, does not have the space to do so. But now Cooper Brackens maybe try pulling outside of Kenneth Laura, but they're going to keep it clean entering turn 1.
Back down into turn number 1. These leaders have been racing very aggressive but clean at the same time. We haven't seen any bold moves since basically lap number 1. These drivers have been able to keep it clean and green for the most part. I would also like to note, we have some drivers, some stragglers in the back, and it's what I'm going to call Team GATCO. You have Tyler McDonald, who basically wins everything. Mason, who could win at anywhere he goes in the series. And Ryan, your 2-time GATCO champion. They're all tucked underneath each other, nose to tail, and they're able to draft. But they have lost the draft. They're about 3 seconds off the big pack. I know we're going to get some cautions, but hypothetically, if we don't, that's going to be something to look at.
Yeah, I can still imagine we're going to have some cautions at some point. But as we go down the front stretch, you can see him pulling a little bit of tactic to try to gain better temps, but there was a massive check in the front pack there of Max D. Filippi and Kenneth Laura making even more contact. We've seen those two close to each other a lot tonight already, and we're only, what, 15 laps in? Oh, now we got a caution.
Caution's out. I think it's a 65. Yes, it
Oh,
is.
no.
Somebody, I think it's Victoria in the 86. No, somebody has a massive amount of damage. Is it Zane? I don't think it's Zane, but he has some
Zane
damage.
has a broken right front suspension, I think. I think we just saw another incident kind of like what happened with Dylan Fox, I think.
Yeah, we heard the spotters come over the radio and say caution. Let's find out what happened. Picked up a little late here. Definitely we got some blinkage within the 6.
Well, this is when the caution came out already. It seemed like it was in the main pack where this happened, but it was somewhere around turn 2. Let's see what happened here. I can imagine the 65 truck is one of the main bystanders.
Oh! Okay.
And that's what we like to say, not clear.
Not clear, driver. Yeah.
Yeah, I can expect penalty going to that number 65 Lowe's truck's way.
Oh! Yeah, let's go on board with the 77 here. Oh, hang on. Oh, it put me back here. Let's go on board with the 77. The 77's blinking out a little bit.
Whoa.
That was
Looked
interesting.
Like the 65 truck just got loose out of nowhere, and then, well, it was history from that point on.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, Noah Ganger was involved as well. I didn't notice that till just now. What happened with Noah? Noah's a GATCO driver who's almost got his win at Talladega last year. Oh, nowhere to go for the 57.
Nowhere to go.
That's unfortunate. He sits on pit road. Looks like pit stops are being made. A couple drivers stay out, but it's going to be the number 88 of Matthew White leading him off pit road. We have the 8 of Kenneth and the 15 of Corey. Staying out here. Not sure what Corey's doing. I carry a little too much speed. Well, Matthew White's obviously, I feel like, been the dominant truck of the night. How do you feel his race is going to continue going here?
Well, I mean, as long as he can stay up front and stay out of trouble, even though he's pulling some sketchy blocks, I'd say, if he can just keep control of this race, I do believe he has a shot to win this one if he keeps it up there.
Yeah, I would like to thank everybody in the chat right now. Thanks for coming out and watching. We know we're in the early stage of this race, but it's going to get even better here at Daytona. Find your favorite GATCO driver and cheer them on, because I know a lot of these drivers really like to interact with you guys in the chat, and when they rewatch the race, they love to see who cheers them on. So if you got a favorite GATCO driver, cheer him on, and especially cheer on the number 28, because he owes me some ice cream.
Well, if he owes you ice cream, then why are you having him cheer you on?
Because I would like him to win so I can go get more ice cream, because he'll be too happy. I could ask for like 2 scoops. He won't care.
Oh, that's
kind of like when you ask
idea.
somebody to
I'm
win
not
the
gonna lie.
lottery. You're like, if somebody goes to win to play the lottery numbers, you say, "Can you take me to dinner?" They go, "Yeah," and then they win the lottery and they're so excited. You can go anywhere. They're rich also, so.
But
Hey,
then, taxes.
things we hate in society: the next gen and taxes. Speaking of next gen, can we talk about how these trucks drive better than next gen? And that is why, if you want to join GATCO and drive a really good handling vehicle, join the Discord. Well, yeah. And if I message you about Mr. Beast giving you money, do not click it, please.
If Blake messaged you, period, don't listen to it.
That's fair. All right, so we got a fuel window of about, Tyler said about 26 laps, kind of. That was around the number, give or take a few. So I think we may see another run. We might get to halfway. I have a weird feeling we might run this out, because I feel like a lot of drivers are going to want to save to get to halfway. They're only about 5 laps short. Ooh, that's going to be pretty close, actually. We do not have a halfway caution, though.
I do want to say, interesting fuel strategy by Kenneth Laura and Corey Honker. We don't have much fuel for tonight, so if we do not get a caution within the time they need, they're going to be pretty far back, because they're not going to have the help they need to stay with the packet when they pit. So let's see how this plays out for them.
Yeah, we got about 83 laps to go left in this race. Still very early on as the sun starts to set here at Daytona. It's pretty blinding, definitely, to turn number 3 and 4. So that's probably going to play into factor as the sun starts to set behind the grandstands.
Well, I can't imagine that if you have HDR on, you're not having a fun time right now. So, especially with how large windshields are on these trucks. But we are coming to the green.
And the green flag is back out in the air. The crowd is on their feet. Kenneth is going to lead us back down to the green flag, right where he started. Kenneth is back in the lead, that 8 truck. Jockeying for position in the middle of the pack. That 12 truck almost caused another wreck, but they keep it straight. Unbelievable. I would keep an eye on that yellow machine tonight. He has been a weapon all over the place, but he's being shoved by the back, or he's being shoved through the back tailgate by each siege. They're gonna wreck. No, they're not. I thought they were wrecking.
Well, alright, kind of like Duel 1 last week, the inside lane got going and it is gone. They are, I wouldn't say completely out of the pack, but it is separated a lot throughout the field right now.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers are being tucked up behind one another, but it's that inside. Kenneth and Matthew White lead. Matt Grab follows in suit in the 3rd position.
Well, it seems like they're starting to get a second lane more organized with Richard Shiri and D. Filippi gonna give those shoves to him. But as they're going around turn 2, you just have to think, why push in the corner?
Matthew White to the outside, being pushed by Matt Grab. 2 Season 1 veterans. Now they're looking for the lead. They're easily going to get it. The 23 of Kyler Wilson follows in suit. Matthew White's easily been the dominant driver tonight, putting his truck where nobody else will, but making the right moves as he does. I would also expect that 4 truck to rally his way back up the front. We know Dylan Fox does not want to be in that hornet's nest right where he is. especially behind that 12 truck.
Yeah, I've noticed D. Filippi has kind of been all over the place, but at the same time, it's been stuff out of his hand. Besides the lap 1 incident, of course. But as you can see, he's giving a big shove to Richard Cheery down this back straightaway. Maybe going to get up to the third row of the inside line.
Yeah, we've talked about it earlier. Oil temps. Huge shot by the 47, or the forward to the back of the 47. They got a little loose, but that 12 truck, I was going to say until right then, he had been tucked nose to tail with that 29 truck. Finally gave a little bit of gap to get his truck to breathe, but now they're going back at it. Is Matthew White going to block Richard Cheering on the top? Doesn't look like it. Matthew White stays at the bottom. Richard right outside to do his quarter panel.
And it looks like Richard Cheery got a clear going off into turn 1 with help from D. Filippi. Now D. Filippi's going to be clear. This is probably what he wants, because now he's going to have clear air on that front nose. Is Cheery going to respond, though, on the outside? He's going to try to. D. Filippi gets loose. He's going to get split 3 wide. Contact more again. They are 4 wide down the back straightaway.
And they're still almost wrecking, but they save it. Richard Cheery with a huge block on Dylan Fox. Dylan Fox, I would assume, is not going to like that. He's trying to get to the right rear quarter panel, but thinks better of it. I cannot believe that they didn't just crash down the backstretch. Unbelievable.
You can see Cheery's kind of all over the place leading this line here, and now he's going to move back down to the bottom, controlling the lanes as if he's the Pied Piper.
Yeah, Pied Piper or not, that 29 truck is trying to do everything he can to get in a wreck. But can we believe that 12 truck who we've been talking about for like the last 3 laps? Well, Max is in second, trying to get around the 29 truck. Oh, Matt Grab got touched.
You can see that 04 truck, Gonzalez, we haven't really talked about much all speed weeks, and now he's pushing Dylan Fox out to the lead. It's the 4 and the 04 truck leading this pack.
I'm going to widen our cameras out a little bit so you guys can get a better look as they round their way down the backstretch, because they're a little too much zoomed in, and we're not Fox. We want to get you guys where we can see all the action here at Daytona. Dylan Fox in the lead. Gonzalez now to the outside of Fox in the 04. The battle of the fours, 04 and 4.
Going down into turn 1, going to have help from Van Leer. Gonzalez going to hold on to this lead. Is he going to try controlling it like Richard Cheery, or is he going to just stay a little bit more calm? Pimentel goes slightly up the track, nearly gets turned by Matthew White, but now Van Leer's going to try hopping up top, going to try getting in front of Gonzalez.
Looks like they stay a little bit cordial with one another, staying in line, but man, the shoves are getting pretty hard on lap number 25 here at Daytona. Matthew White now down to the middle line. He has the 47 right behind him. CJ looking to make up some ground with Matthew White.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's not going to work with only 2 trucks in the middle. You're getting side drafted everywhere, and you're just not going to go anywhere much, but it seems like they may be able to get this to work. Now D. Filippi going to move up to the middle. Can they make this middle line work, though?
They're getting closer to stacking up here. They're leaving about a decent amount of gaps in between each car link between trucks until they get to a straightaway. Like right here, you see Luigi being pushed out to the top of the track. I thought that 44 was going to go down below and make a run on the 80, but they think better of it.
Well, now you can see Dylan Fox and Matthew White going to drop down to the bottom lane. Look how much momentum they have down there, but they're not going to have the momentum off the corner. But they may have it with how close together they are. They have the momentum, and they are to the lead. Dylan Fox to the lead here at Daytona.
Yeah, Aiden, I thought you were right when you said they weren't going to have the momentum off the final corner. I was not expecting them to still carry the momentum all the way down the straightaway and still into turn number 1 be able to clear that outside lane. Matthew White is shoving hard to the back of the 4 truck.
The question is Matthew White going to do the same thing he's done like every other lap, it seems like? Is he going to try and make a move here? He's going to have CJ Erdman, but CJ Erdman's not going to deal with him. He's going to jump up top. Dylan Fox going to get shoved by CJ Erdman. D. Filippi back down to the bottom.
D. Filippi almost went below the double yellow line and about wrecked it, but what an awesome save. Dylan Fox with an amazing block. I don't think you can get any closer than that. Dylan Fox has been mastering his blocks all week, especially in speed weeks. Now in the 500, he's really showing it where he can go on the track. We're about to wreck.
Ooh, that got very tight. Oh, Matthew White getting shoved down to the apron.
They save it. Luigi in the middle, banging doors with Matthew White, but still gaining ground to take the lead. Unbelievable racing we have here at Daytona.
And that went to the expense of CJ Erdman. He's stuck on the outside lane with no help behind. Maybe they'll move up. Dylan Fox is going to decide, I'm out. I'm done with this pack. He's not going to get in any trouble tonight. And you can see now Gonzalez back into the front of this pack with help from Levin Van Leer.
Levin Van Leer, I would like to say, gave an amazing shot to that 04 truck about 2 laps ago, and they held on to it. I cannot believe that. They were sideways entering turn number 1. Now he throws a block on Matthew White. That's going to shove Matthew White out of line, but they actually end up swarming the 80 truck.
Well, that's another one getting the unfortunate circumstance. CJ Erdman did not actually get too much of a cost from getting shoved top 3 there. He's back with D. Filippi and Matthew White, and now they're going to make that outside lane work. Gonzalez is going to lose the lead to Matthew White as they go down the back straightaway.
D. Filippi all over the back of that 88 truck. You got the 2 yellow trucks pushing on the top. They've been outstanding all night, even though that 12 truck's been all over the place. He's been able to keep it under control. And now he finds himself still in second, pushing that 88 truck.
I can imagine D. Filippi's going to try hanging with Matthew White. I'm pretty sure they are, I won't say teammates, but they are good enough friends that they should stick together for at least most of the race until that very final lap heading off turn 4. But it's now single file through the first 5 trucks on the inside lane. 3 wide towards the back of the field. I think that's Mac Grab up there. But it seems like we've finally calmed down.
Yeah, we have finally calmed down, and I don't know how Dylan Fox feels about that. He's dropped all the way out of the top 25. He's 25th now. He's dropped way back there. I think we're wrecking. No, we're not. I thought we were wrecking for a second. He's dropped all the way back out here, and they finally kind of cleared up a little bit. So that sucks for him. He was in the lead pack, now he's way back here. But like you were saying with Matt Grab, was one of the drivers trying to make his way in that 3rd line. Couldn't really do much of it. We have a lot of jockeying for the lead up here. 3 wide for the lead.
And Gonzalez just put D. Filippi down into the middle line. No one going to be there to help him. And now Luigi Gonzalez back out front here at Daytona. He's showing a lot of control right now.
Oh, that 80 truck almost got into, I think that's Cooper Brackens in 5th on the top line. Brackens makes a little bit of contact with the wall, but everybody keeps it straight.
And we saw him wrecked earlier under yellow. Payson Lindsay is fighting his way back up to the front of this pack. In the middle line, gonna have a lot of momentum. He is making it work by himself right now.
Unbelievable racing here, and ironically, we have the 2 teammates. The 96 and the 68 are not working together. They're both in opposite lanes. Oh, Clover Shepard's going to get hung out to dry in that top lane. There's a ton of contact on the bottom lane, but they keep it straight. Why do I keep looking at the one car who blinks?
I don't know why, but it seems like everyone's having trouble with internet tonight. But Luigi Gonzalez has a massive gap to the pack right now. Levin Van Leer are going to have a run on the outside line with help from Zachary Mers and Mac Grab. What will he do heading off turn 2 here?
Van Leer all over the back truck, all over the back of that 04 truck down the backstretch. He's been making some aggressive move. I think Matthew White blinks out. He was sideways. He's still blinking. He's in the middle. See if he pops back in. He's still blinking out. That really shuffled that entire pack up. He was sideways down the backstretch. I looked over to change cameras, and he was 90 degrees sideways. I also got his door number. Oh,
yeah, and now Zachary Mers!
He blinked out on my end. If I get to him. We stay green.
I can't believe we're saving it right now. We have made it, I think, about like 20 laps with just constant sliding and nearly wrecking.
He finally popped back in.
But now as they go through 3 and 4, Luigi Gonzalez is going to have help from, I guess now, I don't know if it's his teammate or what, but Van Leer has been sticking with that 04 truck even with all the blocking.
Yeah, I guess find your friends or make friends where you can find them, as they say here at Plate Racing. They may not be teammates, but they can become friends, especially working well together. Building good chemistry early on in the race can definitely help you win a plate race, especially in the trucks here at Daytona.
Yeah, and now Matt Grab, I think he got shuffled out earlier in this race. I don't know if he pitted or backed out, but he is back up front now, and he's back in the conversation. Now trying to make that outside line work. Luigi Gonzalez is going to try going under the yellow line to try, I guess, following Corey Honecker, but now they're going to try making the outside lane work. Here comes Payson Lindsay on the top.
Lindsay, your dual winner, is all the way back up here at the front. Started up here and fell all the way back, but here comes the 40 truck, making a rally on the top. Might be sideways and in the wall, still in the wall, but sticking in it. Didn't lift out of the throttle, and the 40 truck's going to pick up a position as the 80 truck ducks into the middle line.
Well, now we have the two pretty much complete opposite numbers. We have the 40 and the 04 now leading this pack. Luigi Gonzalez has been blocking like crazy. Is he going to pull another crazy block? No, he's going to have Payson Lindsay looking to the inside. Payson's going to think better about it.
No, Peyton down to the bottom of the track. Middle of 3. They're going to be banging doors down here, down the backstretch, and they keep doing this. Looks like Luigi's
yeah, and we
not
also
going to
have
a lot of help.
truck. There is a lap truck ahead. I think it's actually Kenneth Laura. This pit strategy did not work, but I can imagine we're getting closer and closer to pit stops now.
Yeah, pit stops should be happening in the next, I don't know, 3 to 7 laps, I'd say, maybe 6 or 7, as they complete lap number 35 here at the line. Give it to the 40 truck, who is back out front.
Well, I did not like that joke right there, Blake, but Payson Lindsay is leading this pack. He was getting wrecked under yellow earlier. He was up front and then got wrecked. Here he goes to the green, and there's just been a lot of stuff that's happened in this race. And now Libben Van Leer to the inside, gonna get by Matthew White, and they are 3 wide, nearly making contact. Back grab all the way down under the yellow line.
Yeah, we got to switch to blimp camera here because a lot is going on. Richard Cheery to the bottom of the racetrack now, trying to gain the lead away from the 40. I don't think he's going to have enough momentum. He's going to get pulled back, especially by the side draft.
Yeah, now there's going to be a big gap. I can imagine Matthew White's going to stick with Richard Cheery. He's going to give him a big shot, and they've already gotten their momentum back. But can they make that middle lane work?
I'm not sure. They are still all over the place. You look from the blimp cam, and they look pretty stable. Then you look from one of these cameras, they're all over the place. I was going to say, Ryan just got put in the wall, and there's the caution. Clover Shepard in the wall. I think Maxi Filippi just got into the 21, and there was nowhere anybody else could go.
I see Palenko in there, in number 70 truck. We got too sunny about this, man. D. Filippi has been the cause of all but 1 yellow tonight, and I mean, we'll have to take a look at it. But I can imagine it was on that number 12 truck.
Let's take a look at it here. We'll slow it down for you also. They're making their way through turns 3 and 4 right now. All right, we start to slow it down here for you. Looks like, yeah, I don't know where he was going. Got into the 21 of Ryan New, and Ryan got in the wall and tried to get off it. Just turned a Clover, head on into the wall, and he goes down the track. And he's lucky that one truck blinked out. Donovan, I think, really helped. Palenko spinning down into the wall. Ooh, who was that?
The 55 truck once again involved. Noah Ganger also nearly got spun out. Somehow saved it, but not the same for Palenko in the number 70, though.
Let's go on board here at Ryan New.
Yeah, he just got stuffed in the wall right there.
Yeah. That's going to be a heavy amount of damage for the 21 as well. As Ryan's coming down here to make a pit stop, I would assume going to fix up some damage. I doubt the fast repair, but we should see everybody come down pit road.
Well, you know who that just saved? That just saved Kenneth Lore's race. He was nearly about to go a lap down, but now he's going to stick on the lead lap. I think Payson Lindsay missed his stall. Yes, he did. That's not going to be what you want to see. He's probably not going to hold the lead here once they exit the pit stalls here. Never mind, he's going to keep the lead. Exiting pit road, Payson Lindsay going to lead him off. With Tyler McDonald and Luigi Gonzalez going to be right behind him.
Well, we talked about him earlier. Tyler McDonald now enters the picture. I saw him coming up through the pack, and I was going to mention before that caution came out. With pit stops closing in, I know you don't want to lose that draft, so I saw him and his team were friends of Mason and Ryan. They had made their way together to the front. I would assume that's why. I have a cup of water and it just fell over. I swear a ghost touched it. I just heard it. I heard a thump.
I think it was Tyler hopping back in the booth, or maybe his co-driver.
Oh, that's probably what it was.
You know, we need to talk about Tyler McDonald's co-driver. Bring him in.
That's not the right call. All right, Mr. McDonald's.
Yellow. How are you?
Well, we are very, we have a question.
Oh, do you?
Tyler, why do you have a co-driver in your truck right now? Why are you in the booth with us right now?
Because I wanted to race this race.
No, but like, you're in the booth with us. Who's driving your truck right now under yellow?
Oh, that's Bartholomew.
Oh, we figured. I thought it was your doppelganger.
No, Gracie couldn't fill in this week. She couldn't reach the pedals. But we're rocking third place though. How about that?
Ryan almost got massively wrecked in that last one. What's he talking about on the radio?
He's got about 7 minutes of damage right now, a little bit of wheel damage, but he's going to try to hold off on that fast repair for a little while.
7 minutes. Oh my gosh, that's more than 6. Well, you got your friend up here, teammate Ish of Mason. I've realized something. Between you, Ryan, and Mason, y'all all have food on your car.
Mm-hmm.
You got
well, right now the best candy in the field's winning. I saw there's a Mike and Ike truck out there, so I think Clover's in that truck. So.
Yeah, well, Ryan just destroyed Clover, so not on his fault, but Clover's destroyed. All right, well, get out of the booth and get back in your race car.
Y'all gotta send me out. I gotta run down to the backstretch real quick.
All right, well, he runs.
Look at him go. He is running down the backstretch at, I think
that's Mach 5.
Yeah, that is insane how he just got up to his truck. And he's able to close the window net too. That is surprising. Usually you have to have someone outside the truck to get the window net.
You know, Tyler's got those big forearms. All right, well, the sun is starting to set. Can we talk about how beautiful it is here at Daytona? We're about to wad up a lot of trucks, I have a feeling. We're 10 laps from halfway.
I can imagine those photographers are going to have some fun times when the massive one happens through 3 and 4 with the sun right there.
Yeah. I always wanted to be a race car photographer, but I don't think I'm not that great at photography.
What's shutter speed?
All right, anyway, coming back to the green flag, Peyton Lindsay leads us down. Gonzalez is P2. And we got the buddies of Tyler and Mason in row number 2. Richard Cheery still up front in P5. That rounds out your top 5. Green flag is back out. Lindsay leads us down, and Lindsay has a great start. Like we talked about, that inside lane is just cooking every start.
Yeah, it always seems to swap around sometimes, but right now it seems like the inside lane has been the lane to be in tonight. As you can see, Tyler McDonald's going to give that number 40 truck of Payson Lindsay a little bit of a shove. As now they head on the backstretch, Luigi Gonzalez is going to have control of that top lane with help from another person that's been in a bit of trouble sometimes, Mason Sweet. As now they're going to get up to the second row outside Tyler McDonald. Can they make it work?
If I was at 04 truck seeing that chili in my mirror, I would be crapping myself like I ate a chili. Mason actually backs off a good amount. That's going to give the lead. I think that was strategic to Tyler McDonald. There's not going to be enough momentum to the outside to get this lap led. McDonald leads the lap, and the reigning champ is back out front.
Yeah, and he's going to have from help from Richard Cheery as they nearly spin out on the front stretch, sliding throughout the pack. Multiple trucks just everywhere on the track. Now Payson Lindsay going to have help from Luigi Gonzalez. They head off turn 2. Will Tyler McDonald respond? He's going to stay down on the bottom, I think. Yeah, he will. Payson Lindsay going to get that run on the top lane. He's going to be, I think, almost clear heading into turn 3.
Almost, but not close enough. We're about to be 3 wide for the lead here at Daytona with just a handful of laps to go until the halfway bonus points get awarded, but we don't even have a yellow, so these drivers need to make sure that they don't overdo their cars going to the finish and possibly wreck, because we're not getting a yellow when they cross that finish line. Mason out front now in the 7 on the top lane. Tyler's losing all his momentum while being side drafted.
Well, the thing is, you don't want to wreck before the halfway bonus, because if you wreck before that halfway bonus, here comes CJ Erdman down to the inside, but if you wreck before that halfway bonus, there's a caution, and then you're just locked at the same position. You can't gain nor lose position, so it's really to what you want. But as we head down the back straightaway, 3 wide throughout the pack, but we have CJ Erdman. He was controlling the field earlier, but he is back out front again.
I would start to look out for this group of trucks right here. This 04 almost throws a block on Mason in the 7. Matthew White is side drafting like crazy. Mason doesn't have the help. Erdman's trying to figure out where to block, but it's not going to be enough. The 40 truck outside. No. Almost.
Well, as they head down into turn 1, Richard Cheery tried making a move on Payson Lindsay, not able to do it, but now CJ Erdman drops down to the bottom in front of Tyler McDonald, but is that going to be at the cost of CJ Erdman's lead? Heading on to the back straight they go. Tyler McDonald going to have a shove from Pimentel. He's going to shove CJ Erdman, but it's not enough to hold off that outside lane. Richard Cheery and Payson Lindsay out front here at Daytona.
If you're tuning in right now, you might want to definitely stick around until the halfway point and then everything else that leads up to the finish, because the racing is going to get even more intense. As you can tell, these truck drivers are trying to figure out where they want to place themselves with just a handful of laps to go to get some bonus points to enter with this championship chase. This 29 truck of Richard Cheery now down to the bottom of the track with no help, though. Matthew White has returned back to the top 3. I would assume they're not going to want to give him the lead because I don't know if they're going to see it back.
Well, I don't think he's going to have that help. Mason Sweet nearly spins out on the inside, and he's going to give Matthew White the shove down the back straightaway. Now the inside line has gone hooked up.
The shoves are getting so much harder. As you can tell, no matter where you are throughout the pack, you're seeing trucks are getting so squirrely, but they're still somehow hanging on to it. But all it takes is one truck to get out of shape, and that could be the entire field up in smoke.
Well, a little bit of a checkup on that inside line. That's going to give the outside line a little bit of momentum, but they are sliding all over the place. Kenneth Lauren nearly hooks the 08 truck of, the 80 truck, sorry, of Van Leer. Mason Sweet going to drop out of the pack. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but Dylan Fox has shown back up to the front of the field. He is getting pushed by Zachary Mertz on the top lane.
Zachary got spun, blinked out, and is now back up here. And I was going to mention that Kenneth Laura was, but he just got shuffled all the way back through the middle line.
And now Luigi Gonzalez is going to move down to the middle. He's going to have help from Van Leer. We've seen them work together once, and now we're going to see them work together again. Zachary Mertz going to give a shove. But as they are not able to do it, Richard Cheery now to the front.
Cheery now out front, coming to take just a handful of laps to go. Looks like 4 laps to go before halfway. He's trying to hold off Erdman. Erdman's trying to get underneath him. He leaves the bottom open to block Matthew White, but White is already there. But Gonzalez gives the push to Cheery. Matthew White's getting shuffled all the way back now throughout the pack. He's going to lose a couple more positions if they keep swarming him like this.
Yeah, but at least he's now got a little bit of help. He's able to file in back up top with Payson Lindsay behind. And the two that we've seen, like I said, work together once and once again. Luigi Gonzalez and Livin Van Leer out front here at Daytona.
Unbelievable racing as the sun starts to set here at Daytona. The intensity is just going to keep ramping up. As you can see, we are 3 by 3 all the way back here at Daytona.
And we have 2 trucks fighting for one lane. Kenneth Laura and Max D. Filippi These two cannot get away from each other. I have seen them make contact like way too many times this race. But as we are coming to the end of this halfway point, who is going to get it?
We see the 96 of Clover going a lap down. That's going to be frustrating. Luigi! Unbelievable save down the back stretch.
How many times have we seen them nearly wreck down the backstretch or just anywhere and somehow save it? Now that leaves Libben Van Leer out front with CJ Erdman on the bottom. Who will get this halfway stage point in a few laps?
Coming to 2 laps to go before the halfway. It's going to be decided by a lot of these trucks, I think, in the back. I don't think if you're out front, you're going to have a chance. You're going to need to make sure you have a driver behind you that is willing to push you to the line.
Yeah, and right now it seems like Zachary Murr is going to sit on the outside lane. He is actually multiple laps, or he is 1 lap down, so he's fighting for his lap back right now. I would just take the free pass at that point, but he's not wanting to take that free pass. He wants to make sure he doesn't lose track position from the free pass. As now going down the back stretch, he is going to shove Libben Van Leer out to the front of this pack.
Yeah, also, I would also like to note that that 77 truck who was up here was trying to probably get, there's the 77 truck right there, is a bazillion laps down, trying to get at least one of them back right here. But we're coming to the line to take 1 lap to go before the halfway break, or the halfway points. 80 truck across the line. This is going to be it coming down to the white flag for the halfway part.
Libben Van Leer going to pull a big block to the inside. CJ Erdman going to shove him out. Payson Lindsay going to have help from Mason Burst, but it's not going to work. There is only 2 trucks up there. Tyler McDonald in P3 and Racing Pimentel in P4 as they go down this backstretch. Who will make the move first? Tyler McDonald's going to do it, but CJ Erdman's going to try blocking.
What a great block by Van Leer. Pushes Tyler out wide, and Tyler has no help. The reigning champ's not going to get the 10 points. It's going to be decided between the 80 and the 47. Down across the front straightaway. Pushes are being thrown, and it's Van Leer who's going to get the 10 points at halfway here at Daytona.
That was nearly a wreck coming off turn 4. There were some bad shoves being given, but now you can see Dylan Fox once again. He has been up and down everywhere.
That's not what I wanted to do.
But he has been up and down everywhere, and Van Leer nearly spins.
Oh my gosh, the saves that these truck drivers are making have been insane throughout tonight.
Well, now there's going to be a massive run on this outside lane. What will CJ Erdman do? Will he try blocking it, or is he going to stay on the bottom hooked up with Racing Pimentel? They are moving a lot in the back, that pack right there. He's going to move up in front of Richard Cheery. Pimentel nearly loses it. Now they're going to be all over the place off turn 4 heading into the tri-oval.
The racing here has been outstanding here at Daytona. Can I be honest? I thought we were going to have more yellows than we've had so far. But we've been able to keep it clean and green for the most part, with outside of a couple instances.
Yeah, but I can imagine that's going to change the closer we get to the end of this race, especially with us having a 49 laps to go. We have passed the halfway point. Now it's about where you position yourself. Can you position yourself in the right spot at the right time to not get involved in wrecks, to keep yourself in a position to win this race? And if you're in that top 5, that is a nice position to be in, especially if you have a open spot. If you have an open lane, you gotta take it, especially on the white flag.
What's the music playing? I heard music playing. But anyway, out front here, we have kind of definitely cooled down, especially without the halfway points available here. A lot of these blocks are still being thrown, but they're not as aggressive. Unbelievable that we're still been able to keep it green. We're about to junk it. Richard Cheery now down to the bottom of the track. That 12 truck, after serving his EOL penalty, is back up here in the top 5. This is going to be scary for everybody.
Yeah, there's been a lot of shoves that have been very close to causing a massive crash on this run since the last caution. Just because you need some halfway points. If you don't get those points, that could be the difference from you winning this championship or not winning it. But now Max DiFilippi, the man that's caused a lot of trouble, seeming to be like Kai Collymore right now, is now trying to fight for the lead of this race over CJ Erdman, but CJ Erdman is not going to back out. Richard Cheery going to shove him back out front.
Yeah, this is some great racing we have here at Daytona. These drivers are definitely the ones that have been up here, haven't been, you know, kind of up here, falling back, caught up here, falling back, or maybe they come from the back. A lot of these drivers have been up front for the entire run of this race so far. The 47, the 29, the 88, the 12. They have consistently been in the top 10, and their average running position has to be so low compared to other drivers. They've been in this front the entire race, and I don't think they're going to change it right now.
No, I do not think that's going to be a thing, because if you lose track position, it's very possible that you could end up having something happen to you instead. But right now, as they're going around 1 and 2, Richard Cheery getting shoved by Max DiFilippi. I can't imagine DiFilippi's going to make a move, because I'm pretty sure they are either teammates or friends, kind of like with Matthew White. But as I go down the backstretch, I am wrong, because Max DiFilippi has jumped up to the top with help from Matt Grab.
You're having scoring errors on the ticker. Just changed for some reason. I don't see intervals, which is not good.
That is not good at all. But now you can see the top 3 on that outside lane. As we got a lap truck of the 55, I forget, that's Mick Divitt. That's going to cause a little bit of a shuffle up through the pack. Richard Cheery may have a run entering turn 1.
A lot of these trucks are just all over the place.
Now, will CJ Erdman make a jump to the top? We have seen him be probably one of the more aggressive drivers of the night, along with Matthew White and Luigi Gonzalez. Is he going to jump up top to try getting this lead away?
Yeah, I'm not sure why the scoring has bugged out. Trying to figure out. It says we're in practice. It pulls up the starting grid. It's not pulling up their live telemetry.
Well, as we already see some more moves being made. Richard Cheery going to jump up top with Payson Lindsay and Matthew White. They're going to all be up there. Max DiFilippi going to try fitting up there. Mason Sweet up there as I'm getting blocked by Blake.
It won't move. There we go.
Well, now as we head down the back straightaway, more and more trucks that are getting ready to get lapped. There's Hudson Pollard up there. And now Matthew White going to pull to the inside of Payson Lindsay. He's going to maybe have help from CJ Erdman. A big shot to the number 88 truck as they now head off turn 4. Matthew White coming to the line. Who's going to lead this lap? It's going to be that number 88 truck. One of the previous winners of the GATCO 250 is going to try taking the lead. Mason Sweet nearly loses it. Dylan Fox now back up here. And Tyler McDonald maybe going to try jumping up. I do not see what's going on.
Looks like there's a lap truck up here. They were trying to get the draft off of a little bit.
We have seen it multiple times that they try grabbing a little bit of draft from a lap truck. But as you can see, Payson Lindsay holding that inside lane very tight. There is not even any type of gap to the fit there.
Yeah, sorry everybody in the chat. I'm trying to figure out why this ticker just bugged out right now. I'm not sure what changed. If worse comes to worse, we'll open up an older one. So sorry about that, but we're still racing here. Pit stop should be coming up as well. Matthew White in the 88 truck leads. 29er Cheery. Lindsay now making it 3 wide. Mason's back up here, joining the party.
You see a lot of shuffling happening throughout the field. Richard Cheery seems to take a bit of control out of this race now. Still sorry about the issues with our ticker. But as they go down the backstretch, Matthew White gonna jump up top again. He's been trying to make it work as many times as possible, but just no help. It is single file throughout the field. I think we're about to get some pit stops here.
Now, pit stops are probably coming up for a handful of these drivers here. Richard Cheery is still being pushed by that 47.
I think we should crank it up here.
You know what? That's a great idea.
The yellow flag is out.
Caution is out here at Daytona. I see the 12 truck. He might be the culprit here.
Well, I saw him get spun out. I guess whenever you go to, well, try making a crank it up type of thing happen, it always seems that they want to wreck when that happens. So let's take a look at the replay here. Coming off turn 4,
Mason just
Mason
got
Sweet just hooked the
loose.
12 truck of Max C. Filippi. Payson Lindsay also involved. I think it was relatively clean past that point, but we can never stay away. That 12 truck can never stay away from trouble, but this one. Oh, and there was a lap truck of Clover Shepherd that was in the middle of the track, but coming off turn 4, it just. Yeah, I don't know what Mason Sweet was doing there. I think he may just did something that is not right, so.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
We're gonna try figuring out these ticker issues while we have this caution break. We're gonna go on break and I guess play a little bit of music for a little bit while we try figuring this out.
All right, we're back. We had some technical difficulties. We have found out that when we were under that last run of the green, that when Tyler was in the booth, he accidentally hit the cable and it knocked down the cord and it came unplugged, the ticker, because I bumped it. But we're good. Everything's normal. We're back racing here. Richard Sherry is your leader after all of that chaos. It's been an eventful night for sure at Daytona.
Yeah, eventful for sure. As we are under this yellow. Again, we have to apologize for the issues we've had over the past like 10 laps. But as we are about to get the one to green, let's talk to our race control, Jonah Epsey. Jonah, after multiple incidents that we've seen tonight, how's your night been?
You got to give him a mic.
Oh yeah,
Hold on.
there we go.
Everyone's freaking out. So looks like the broadcast is good now.
Yeah, we're good. When Tyler was in the booth earlier, he accidentally unplugged the ticker cord almost, and then I tripped over it and just fully unplugged it. Didn't realize it.
Yeah, no, Blake, you gotta watch where you're stepping.
I got big feet.
We're gonna go 1 to green next time by, just because we're halfway through the pace lap already.
Okay. Well, how's the race been from your perspective from race control?
I mean, it's been chaotic. I mean, the first two cautions, like, it was pretty close on like who was at fault, and I was tempted for both of them to call them racing incidents, but I did ultimately make the decision that for both of them, a driver came half a lane either up or down and caused the crash, and so, yeah.
So, what's your anticipation for the rest of this race?
I mean, we just had a good, what was it, 20 lap run. I'm gonna have to blame Joshua Halford for this caution, as he literally said half a lap before they crashed, "Oh, we've had a long green flag run."
No, it's me. It's me.
Hey,
I made sure
Halford said it in the race chat.
We went crank it up.
Yeah.
It's our fault. We went crank it up. It's not his fault. It wouldn't have happened if we didn't go to crank it up. We all know it. It's always how racing works.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Sure.
in case we don't get you back in here, who's your pick to win?
Man, if I had to take a funny pick, I'd say Asa, but he's 10 down. He still has 4 more laps to get gifted back, but these guys, I say we're going 1 to green and they come into the pit lane. But I'ma say Ace Throckmorton. That's who I want to win this race.
That would be an underdog story of the year.
It would be
right
the
there.
greatest underdog story, and he'd have to thank Aiden Laney for the win.
That would be that would be like a Joe Logano wins the championship after being eliminated moment. That
Yeah, that
could go
what was that? 2024?
Yeah, that go in a moment video.
Alex Bowman's Aiden Laney and Ace Throckmorton's Joey Logano.
Well,
I mean, that'd be a moment. I mean, the ticker breaking was a moment, Mr. Moment. Mr. Blake Moment
I
Garcia.
found my bag of chips in here. I was looking for them over there. All right,
You see,
go do your thing.
I was gonna cook myself
what?
some dinner before this, but
You
gotta wait.
You can cook
My
your
pizza
dinner
rolls
while
can
you're
wait.
race control. You can.
no, because I got a race control.
We gave you an air fryer.
Shoot.
We gave you an air fryer
I
in the
give-
race control booth.
Do you not know how to
Go
use
put
air
some
fryer?
pizza rolls in there.
Okay, he's already at the back.
All right.
I guess he does not know how to use an air fryer. Big news here, everyone watching. Jonah Epsey does not know how to use an air fryer.
Yeah, we'll teach him in the
We'll
week.
teach him
So
afterwards.
we go to California. I mean, California's far from home. We can't be over there for too long. He's gonna need to figure out how to eat.
Well, I don't know if we have. Do we have an extra air fryer for when we go to Long Beach?
Oh, I know we don't have one for over there. That's a street course. He can go to a restaurant though.
I mean, there is a lot of restaurants. He could go watch a movie at the cinema of like Turn 6.
Well, green flag is back out in the air here, Daytona. Richard Sherry leads us down. little more spread out here on this restart. Not as chaotic for sure.
Well, and these drivers did have a little bit of a break before we went back green. As you can see, the story we've always said since Duel 1, the inside line's the way you want to be. And you can see Richard Tilley and Matthew White already getting that inside lane rolling. And now you can see, we haven't talked about Kenneth Laura much. He's been pretty much everywhere besides the front since the start of this race. But now Matthew White going to try jumping up top. He has no help behind, though.
Yeah, Matthew White trying to make a move at the top. He is literally banging doors with CJ in the bottom racetrack, that 47 truck. All the momentum he had, never mind. He's going to have help. Ignore everything I was going to say. White with the momentum down the front stretch. Where does he go? He goes to the bottom. There's no way Richard can block that. Matthew White now to the lead.
Yeah, and I saw some major blocks from CJ Erdman right in front of Kenneth Laura. Kenneth Laura has been around every single major block, and there goes the sixth truck of Hogan. That is multiple.
Oh, this is the big one. This is going to be the big one, folks.
I can see the 15 truck of Honecker involved. Polenko again involved.
Well, maybe that was
in the 23.
I don't know if that was necessarily the big one. That may have been the
the mediocre one.
Yeah, that was the almost bigger one. Big one. Well, we watched that one live, chat. We know what happened. We'll take a look at it. That's turn. Wrong turn. I gotta fix this to 10 seconds. Okay.
Well, as we can see, going down to turn 1, Hogan goes up top, drops down into the bottom, and again, another case of just not being clear, and that is taking out a lot of good trucks. Matt Graham.
Oh, there's a lot more than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, that may have been the big one. Lots of good trucks involved in this one, though.
I mean, obviously, that was the biggest one we've had of the evening here. We'll look from high above. Ooh, birds. All right, we'll slow it down here for you. So you obviously could see the 6 made a clean block. Like, it was clean, but then stopped going down. He did the Blake block. And Donovan got turned by CJ. They went up the track. Cheery did an amazing save and nowhere for Max to go in the 12. Tyler scoots by the bottom, and so does Noah Ganger. Jose with nowhere to go into the 15 of Corey. And they just split it down the track.
I gotta shout out Dylan Fox. I think we gotta go on board with him in this wreck.
Well, let's do it. Let's go on board with this 4 truck. Never downshifts either. He was able to slow that truck down in 4th gear. That's impressive. It's not over yet.
I wonder if he was using a silent Jake brake with how he was stopping for that wreck, because you know we've installed Jake brakes to all these trucks to make sure they can avoid wrecks really good. We've seen it multiple times that wrecks are not avoided even with just the normal brakes with how these trucks are. So we've installed silent Jake brakes to these things.
Interesting. I'm not a car guy. That's what I have you for.
We want to make sure, since we aren't in neighborhoods, that we're not going to use like an actual loud Jake brake from like a semi truck. We're going to use a silent one. So
yeah, that's true. We don't want a loud one.
Yeah, we gotta have the fans have a nice, calm environment.
I want some Fritos, Fruit Loops. Looking at Cooper Bracken's truck out here on the racetrack, it is making me hungry. Look at this thing.
Triple dipper from Chili's.
Fruit Loops,
maybe.
I'll let you get the triple.
No, Mason.
Oh,
remember?
That's what you want. I want some Fruit
Yeah.
Loops. Well, this is going to be very interesting because we go about 26 laps on fuel. I don't know. You might be able to save that.
I don't know. 32 laps of fuel is a good bit. We'll just say that.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, we haven't interviewed many people besides Tyler McDonald about his co-driver.
Well, let's bring somebody in here.
You know what? Kenneth Lore's leading this race. He has had a race, to say the least. Let's bring him in for an interview real quick. I gotta pull him from the trenches.
It's way down
Kenneth
there.
Laura, you are leading this race. How do you think you can control it after a lot of ups and downs?
Well, I think I'll be able to control it for all about half a lap. This field has proven they're hungry to get the lead, no matter what it costs. I am also 8 laps short on fuel, so I hope they wreck before, you know.
How many
I run
laps
out.
can you go in one tank of fuel?
I think it's like 23 or 22.
Oh, Tyler told us 26. Very interesting.
That's not true.
I
Well,
wonder if they have an. I think Tyler has an extra gas can in there. Well, anyways,
We have
Kenneth.
to inspect them.
Yeah, I think we do have to inspect him. But anyways, Kenneth, good luck in this hopefully long green flag run to the end of this race.
I hope not.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I'm very
Alright,
interested to see how this is going to play out, this strategy. We know you go about, now we know about, I'll say if you go 23, you go 25. So let's say 25 laps on fuel. With some yellows, maybe 28. It's going to be close. That is for sure. Well, Laura leads in the bottom of the track. Dylan Fox is now back up here in the 4 truck. Trading Paints is deciding to just not exist, I guess. There we go.
You make sure to have the cord to the ticker already, right?
The
Like,
what?
Is the cord to the ticker like taped up now?
Oh, it is
So-
taped up good.
Okay.
I'm not going to touch
Well-
that cord anymore.
We're coming back to the green.
Here we go. This is going to be really interesting. Coming to the green flag. Here we go. We have everybody's like single filed way back there because they took a late pit or they pitted late.
The question is, can we make it to the end?
No.
Those people are going to have 1 lap better on the fuel, but they should be staying out till the end of this race. Kenneth Laura saved the fuel, though.
Hey, I hate to break it to him, but leading the field, that's not how you save fuel at a plate race.
Hey, man, he just wants some 4-wide racing as if it's the next gen.
I would never want to ask for an X-Gen. I would rather get Cole for Christmas than an X-Gen. Richard Cherry, though, he wants the lead is what he wants. 3 wide
Yeah,
in
through the middle. CJ Erdman going to try making the middle work. I think he's going to think a little bit better of it. No, he's going to stay. He's trying to decide. Oh, there goes Pimentel in front of the field. The Filippi involved. The 55 truck also involved.
Oh,
A
Clover.
big hit by Clover Shepard.
Oh, we're going to get more.
Everyone trying to avoid the wreck.
Ryan's involved.
And that just changed the entire outcome of what's going to happen in this race here.
No, Richard Cherry's going to come down pit road. He has a lot more damage than I thought. Yeah, he can't turn.
That left front is not doing what a left front suspension should do.
Last year's
A
winner,
lot of
Zane.
trucks involved.
Yeah, we're going to have to take a look at this. It all started up at the front of the field. I would like to note that before we look at this replay. So many crashes today have been at the front of the field.
I think the only one that was not at the front of the field was with, I think the second caution of the day towards like the mid-pack, but everything else has been always at the front of the field. It has not been the safest spot tonight.
No, it is not. We're looking here, the 44 truck got extremely sideways. That's what started
It was a bad shove from Dylan Fox coming off the corner, and then it just collected everyone. And I mean it, everyone pretty much getting involved in this wreck.
Clover.
Look at the air of Clover Shepard got from that hit right there. You can see trucks trying to lock up the brakes to avoid this one. This is just absolute carnage from this one right here.
I mean, look how far back Zane was. Let's watch from Zane, way back here. Ryan got on the brakes too hard and hit the 55. Oh, Zane just barely got clipped.
The fact that
I
that
almost got into the
96
28.
truck did not flip from that, though. Clover Shepherd got so much air. I think we gotta go on board with that number 96 here.
This is going to be very interesting. Sees the smoke, and then just hold your breath. And Clover plays on a controller, if nobody knew this. Downshifts. It keeps going.
There's not gonna be much steer in that truck. And it looks like
No.
the number 96 is gonna call for a tow truck here. Or nope. Clover did not quit at getting that truck back going the right way. But again, just a bad shove. We did have some trucks pit, though, under this yellow, though. Laura, I think, I don't know. Maybe they stayed out. Maybe they're trying to extend this fuel.
Let's see. Did Kenneth stay out? No, Kenneth pit.
No, I think they all pit to make sure they were going to make it on fuel. This should make it to where they can make it to the end. Jose Polanco, he has been involved in a few wrecks tonight. He's going to be out front as, I think the ticker is bugging out right now, unless those are, oh wait, those are lap trucks. So
Yeah, those are lap trucks. So
a lot of
Jose
people
has been
staying
in,
out.
Jose has been in 13 incident points tonight, but he's not the most. Chat, do you want to guess who has the most incident points? I'm trying to figure that out too. Oh, no, I figured it out. All right. All right, chat. Who do you think has the most incident points? And we'll let Aiden play as well.
I feel like this would be pretty obvious. I think it's gonna be the 12th truck of D Flippy. He has been involved in, I think, every wreck.
Drum roll, please. It is the... Oh, well, yes, it is the 12 truck with 24 incident points. Nobody is near that. He has about double what everybody else has. Everybody else is around 12 or 13. It looks like he's going to go a lap down as Jose takes 28 laps to go here at Daytona, and we have the one to go. All right, chat. Well, we're getting down to it, so if you know anybody, you better call them. Call your dog, your cat, your chicken, your rooster, your groundhog, and tell them to come watch this because it's going to get exciting. We know these drivers are going to be on the edge of out of control. How much fuel saving are they going to do? Because honestly, like right here, look at all these trucks just went down to top off. I don't think they need to save anymore. I know they're going to save into green, but I think we're going to get so many yellows that it's going to be unnecessary to even try to save that amount of fuel.
You know what I think? I think we need to have a vote. Will we go green to the end, and will there be people that save enough fuel to make it to the end? Or will we go with many more cautions to the end of this race?
Let's see. Am I able to do that? Chat filter. No. Goal. That's not it. All right, chat. Give me a 1 in the chat if you think we can make it all the way to 1 lap to go before we wreck and get a caution. Or just wreck. And give me a 2 in the chat if you think we're going to have basically more than 1 caution. Or if we're not making it to the end. I'm putting a 1. I'm at a 2. We're not making it more than 2 laps.
Well, we got, I think, yeah, there's 27 laps to go in this race. This is going to get wild at the end here. As we are coming around turn 4 to take the green flag. The pace truck about to head into the pit road. Blake, do you want a final pick at this? Or do
A final pick now? Shoot, we got 27 laps until I need to do that. No. I don't want to say Matthew White because that's a boring pick, but I'll go with Matt Grab. I'll go with Matt Grab, 53 truck. Because I think Matthew White's a boring pick.
I'm going to go for wild card. I'm going to go with Green Flag Racing. I'm going to go with Ryan New. He's going to find his way up here.
I mean, he's here. He's in 11th. We'll see what he can do. He's about to go 3 wide with the 40. Oh, they might not make it out of turn number 1 with this 47 truck.
CJ Urban not happy with. But as we come off turn 2, Kenneth Laura and Jose Polanco have pulled a massive gap to the field. I don't know if they're fuel saving or what, but they have built such a big gap. Cooper Bracken's now going to be in third. He's on the outside lane with help from Pimentel, who's just involved in one of the wrecks.
Jose is going to lead a lap here at GATCO. Wait, yes he is. Jose leads his first green flag lap in GATCO with just 26 laps to go here at Daytona. We know his opinion on plate racing. He says he hates it. The 44 trucks around. Oh, and Tyler would know where to go.
Tyler McDonald. Well, if you said 1, you're wrong. We are back under caution here at Daytona.
And I'm pretty sure I know how that got started as well. Let's watch here.
Well, you can see Pimentel giving Cooper Brackens a shove. Matthew White tries jumping up to the middle and just hooks the 44 truck down the track. You can see the 23, I can't get a call on the name, but Tyler McDonald nowhere to go on the top.
The 23, Kylo Wilson, as you were thinking about. Yeah, he just nowhere to go for that 23 truck. But honestly, kept it pretty straight out of all this. Let's watch this in real time here as they exit turn number 4. Yeah, it was like tandem chat.
Now the question is, are we going to see more pit stops under this yellow, or are they going to try staying out and stretching the field?
Whoa, that 23 got some air. Let's find out. I don't know if pit road was. I don't think
we
pit
have
road was
not
open.
gone to the pace truck yet, but as we're going down the backstretch, do we try interviewing another person?
Why not? Randomize. This person. Hello. All right, it's Noah. Okay, cool. All right, Noah, you've been caught up in a couple wrecks tonight. You're now running in 20th. How are you going to pass 19 trucks in 20-ish laps?
Let them wreck. That's basically what they've been doing all night. Might as well just let them do it.
What's if you can't win the race, what kind of finish are you looking for? I know you definitely said you want to make a run towards the championship, so what are you looking for a good finish?
At least a top 10 at this point, maybe even at least a top 15 I'll be happy with how all over the place I've been.
You got caught up in an early crash. I assume you don't have a fast repair left.
Right.
Okay. We'll talk a little bit about tell the chat a little bit about your race. I know we have a lot of people watching. They're very interested to hear from our drivers. So talk a little bit about how it's been going out there.
It's been chaotic. Basically, I got caught up in a crash because I saw smoke. The first wreck I got caught up in, I saw smoke. But then as soon as Zane moved out of the way, there was a car right in my face. And then I've just been kind of I was trying to fight to get my lap back. Got my lap back, and then I tried to avoid a wreck. I locked up the brakes and hit the wall. And apparently, with as light of an impact as I made with the wall, the damage wall said, "You've got 6 minutes of damage now," even though my toe wasn't really bent that far forward to the left. So, yeah, just gave as much damage as I can repaired now, and just trying to get the best fish possible.
I did hear about that from the driver of the 21 truck, Ryan New. Barely tapped the wall and got 5 minutes, I think, of damage, something like that. So 7.
Yeah, the damage wall makes no sense with the trucks, unfortunately.
Well, I hope you get back up there, maybe with the closing laps, and take home a win. I know I was very excited when you took the lead at Talladega just a couple of weeks ago. So hopefully you get back out there.
I would love to get a win.
All right, well,
I would love to be up there.
Hey, if you win, I'll book a flight to Alaska.
Bet.
All right, that was Noah Ganger, the 57 truck. We can interview somebody else.
You just put such a very large bet on that. That's a good amount of money you're going to be
Let's talk
using
to
if he gets it.
Mr. Aggressive himself. He's currently P9 right now. All right, Mr. Chili's. How are you going to win this thing?
Hello?
Hello. Mason, how are you going to win this thing?
I don't know yet. I'll let you know when I do.
Hey, so I just made a bet with Noah Ganger. I said if he wins, I'll book a trip to Alaska because he flies in Alaska Airlines. So if you win, I'll go to Chili's immediately after this race.
You have to drink at least one complete Dente. Like
I don't
the
think I
Dente
could do that.
shaker, you have to do. You have to.
What if I chug salsa? That might be worse, actually.
Nope. You had. Yeah, that'd probably be way worse. The Dentes are actually pretty good. I'd recommend at least trying it.
All right.
If not, you can give the rest to Freya.
All right. Well, that'll do. All right, Mason. You went out to Chili's. So.
All right. Actually, you gotta buy me Chili's if I win too.
I don't know if I want that bet because I feel like I might have to buy you Chili's. Chat, should I go to
Or
Chili's?
you don't have to go to Chili's at all, and you just buy me Chili's.
I'm still spending money on Chili's. All right, we're doubled up. Go get them.
You know, you said Mr. Carnage. I think some people have been trying to steal his name tonight with stuff. We'll say CJ Erdman, D. Filippi.
D. Filippi is 6 laps down.
Times.
Still in the pits. I don't know what he's doing there, but
I think he may have lost his fast repair. So when he got involved in that wreck just recently, I think that was his race.
We got 70 people watching. Everybody, this is going to be insane. Go share it with everybody. We'll try to get to 100 viewers tonight for the GATCO 250 Daytona. Next week, we're heading to Fontana, California, for everybody's favorite 2-mile track. We all know it's a way better track than Michigan will ever be. So come watch that next week at Fontana, California for some night racing. It's going to be pretty good. So pick your favorite driver for that one. We have a laying back big on the inside. It's very interesting. But green flag is back out. Jose's going to get a great jump, but that outside lane is going to, I think, eat him up in that inside lane. Oh, never mind. That's interesting games I see.
I have no idea what just happened to that restart, but Jose Polanco gonna have another shove from Kenneth Laura. Are they gonna pull the gap they had last restart? But it seems like Ace Drockmorn is gonna make the decision to not have that, but Kenneth Laura looking to peek to the outside there.
Yeah, I think here comes the momentum from that outside lane. You see Matthew White trying to side draft a little bit to the inside. Now he's pulling back up the track. He's gonna get some help, but he's gonna get blocked. Here he comes. Actually, Kenneth tried to throw a block, but it's Matthew White still able to get to the outside.
I don't want to mention it now, but here comes Dylan Fox on the top of 3 wide. Kenneth Laura blinking out a little bit, but Dylan Fox trying to get to this lead of the race. His teammate's going to jump up there. Who will get out front here at Daytona? 20 laps to go at the line.
20 laps to go here at Daytona, and the intensity is ramping up. That 8 truck having a big push by the 4 of Dylan Fox. These 2 drivers are going to be going at it all year. They're 2 full-time drivers. We know the rivalry can be there. What are they going to do? How much are they going to help each other to get down the back stretch?
They're going to both have help from Richard Cheery. Matthew White going to try filing in. CJ Erdman going to try making that top work. Here comes Richard Cheery to the outside. Top of Dylan Fox. What will Kenneth Laura do? Will he stay on the inside, or is he going to try pulling a block? Here we go, off turn 4.
I don't know what I would do if I'm the 8 truck, but I got 2 competitive trucks at the bottom. I would trust that bottom line more. Just hope I don't get side drafted too much if I want to keep the lead. But our pole sitter and dual 1 winner is leading here at Daytona. Not for long,
down
though.
turn 1, that's a big block.
He threw a big block, and he's about to get eaten up in the middle, but he's still able to keep it right in front of Richard Cheery. I'm telling you, Kenneth knows how to throw some blocks that actually work. What a save by the 4 truck.
I don't even know how they managed to save it there, but now the team of, well, I don't know what the team is, but Dylan Fox and Kenneth Laura have control of this race. Is Dylan Fox going to head up top, or is he going to stay on the bottom? He's going to stay on the bottom. Matthew White behind. 2 very aggressive drivers behind, actually. CJ Erdman behind Matthew White. What will they do heading into the tri-oval?
Single file for the first couple cars out. Mason finally clears that outside lane. He's able to get the bottom, but it's going to be Ryan New shoved all the way out to the top with no help. That is a very frustrating position to be where you have nobody help, but you're kind of maintaining speed. He's going to drop all the way back here. He's still going to get hit by the 77, just trying to hop in line wherever he can. Back up front, though, Matthew White has shuffled Dylan Fox out of the lead. CJ to the lead now. Dylan Fox all by himself outside.
There is multiple trucks out of this pack now. I don't know what's going on, but The field is spread out as if it's the 2022 dual races at Daytona.
Yeah, this is very strange. I don't think I've imagined the racing, especially with coming to, 17 laps to go, was going to be like this.
Yeah, you can see Kenneth Lohr right behind CJ Erdman. We've seen CJ Erdman pull the craziest blocks all night long. A little bit of a push comes to shove with Jose Polanco and Mason Sweet, but now there's big block by CJ Erdman, as I just mentioned. Mason White, well, I am all over the place. Kenneth Lohr nearly gets turned
Kenneth is
in
all
front
over
of the pack.
place. Somebody's in the wall back there. I think it's Cooper Brackens. Brackens in the wall. I don't know if he has damage. He's blinking out now. But here comes Mason Sweet on the bottom.
CJ Erdman has been pulling some of the craziest blocks all day long, and now he's got Richard Cheery right behind him. Mason Sweet, I think he's trying to get his title back of being the most aggressive driver. He's back up front with Ace Throckmorton. He was not even supposed to run today, and now he's racing in the top 5, trying to fight for GATCO 250.
I don't know what just happened up front, but CJ just gave the bottom to Richard, it looked like. He's going to go all the way back to at least where Matthew White is. Here comes the Chili's mobile of Mason on the bottom of the racetrack. He's
Whoa,
now
truck
in line. They're
turn! Back,
wrecking in the back.
back grab! Truck's flying in the air! Cooper Brackens nearly flipped over. Jose Polanco again involved in another wreck. Zachary Murs involved. Multiple trucks just wrecked out, and then the 86 truck also involved. Noah Ganger also in it. That is not what you want to see for the 57 truck.
Let's see what happened here. Oh, Jose just goes down right on Matt Grab.
And watch this. Cooper
Oh my
Brackens
gosh.
nearly up and over.
Cooper Brackens and his teammate Clover have been on like 2 wheels more than 4 tonight. And Matt Grab gets hit again, but not enough damage. And there's Noah Ganger. We just talked to him. I do think Jose, who caused the wreck, I think probably got majority of the damage from that. And he was up here. He was making moves up here for the lead. He got shuffled back, and then I guess he got a little too impatient with the side drafting.
I don't know where he was going, but Matt Grab obviously involved. Cooper Brackens nearly up and over like his teammate Clover Shepard. And watch the 86 truck. Once I think it was Zachary Murs going up the track, nowhere to go for him.
That's interesting.
You know how we were always talking about the front of the field being where all the carnage was?
Yeah.
It seems like we swapped that now, because now that was, I think, our second wreck in the back of the field.
Yeah.
And I can imagine the more closer we get to the end of this race, the more we're going to see that stuff happen.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, we almost had a near flip chat. And we got a couple cars fake into pit road. I mean, if I was way back here, Tyler McDonald, Ryan New, why not? Come get some repairs if you need them. Get some fuel, maybe tires. I don't think it matters that much, but couldn't hurt. Somebody we haven't really talked about since he was up here earlier in the race is this 80 truck. Van Leer. He made some bold moves, especially around halfway, a little bit before that, but has kind of vanished outside the top 10, now in 10th place, but I would expect this 80 truck to start making another run to the finish up towards the front by the end of it for sure.
Yeah. I am noticing. We have not seen, I don't know if it's his teammate or a friend, but Luigi Gonzalez, he was up front the entire race. Now he's been kind of shuffled towards the back of the field a bit more.
15th right now. Yeah, he's definitely fallen outside. I mean, his average running position, he was one of those drivers I was talking about earlier. His average running position was probably like 5th at least. He was always up in the top 5 early on in the first part of the race, but falling outside the top 10, now almost top 15. Now he's blinking. But Richard Cheery, a guy who raced Goatfinity, raced a little bit of Season 1 GATCO, definitely. What is on the back of his truck?
I think he's trying to scare the drivers behind.
Well, I would be scared. Mason's trying to keep his distance. Social distancing, as they say. But I don't know. I still think Matthew White has it. I've just seen the moves. They're methodical. They're aggressive, but they're always calculated by the 88 driver.
Well, we're going to have, I think, about 12 laps to go when we come to the restart here. It's going to be...
Somebody
good on
is
fuel.
revving
I don't think
out
that's
here.
going to be a worry.
Somebody was revving out in pit row. That's not probably what you want to do to your engine. All right, chat. Who is going to win? Put your number in the chat. Do you think it's going to be Richard Cherry in the 29, Mason Sweet in the 7 Chili's Mobile, Ace Throckmorton, the guy who didn't even qualify for the race but got put in because he was the first guy out after one of our drivers couldn't make it tonight, CJ, who's been up here all night long in the 47, Matthew White, your GATCO 250 winner in Season 1 and your Season 1 champion, Dylan Fox, P2 of the points last year, picked up a win at Charlotte. Payson Lindsay in the 40. Your pole sitter, Kenneth Laura, in the 8. The 6 of Donovan. And there's my asthma. Still having some asthma flare-ups. Van Leer in the 80. That is your top 10. Who do you think is going to win, chat? Or is your driver outside the top 10?
I know my driver is just barely outside the top 10. Ryan New, he got shuffled out, but I still think he's got a shot, especially if he has some cards at the end here.
Yeah, I think the biggest story is going to be who has a fast repair. A couple of these trucks have been involved in some accidents. And I don't know if they have a fast repair or not, because if you get wrecked with 10 to go, it's over for you. You're not going to have a shot to win this thing. You know,
Yeah, we just got to see.
A driver I see, I want to mention right here, I see the ticker. Boomlick didn't even start the race. And he qualified in. Very disappointing for the 99 truck. So I'm very curious to see how he could do throughout the season, because I think he could have a legit shot at this championship, but he's really going to have to lock in after starting last in points, essentially.
Yeah, but we saw he missed multiple races last season and nearly got up to the championship lead.
He did.
As Pace Truck pulls in, we are about to come to the green flag. There will be 12 laps to go. Into the restart zone they go. We are back underway at Daytona.
Mason with a terrible start. He didn't go at all. He stacked up that outside lane big time. Richard Cheery on the gas and gone. But it looks like that outside lane is way more put together than the inside lane. A lot more spaces in between the inside lane, and we are locked together on that top lane. Here comes Mason with the run. What a
run is an understatement. He is going Mach 10 down the back straightaway. Mason Sweet to the lead. He's going to block CJ Erdman. Erdman going to look even lower. Not able to do it. Big shoves throughout the pack. Matthew White to the second spot on the outside lane with help from Payson Lindsay.
The fans are on their feet. Mr. Excitement in the lead. But here comes Matthew White to the bottom of the racetrack. Lindsay to the bottom of the racetrack, pushing him with help. Here comes Van Leer. We just talked about him in 10th. He's back up here at the front. What a save by the 40.
Do not know how that 40 truck of Payson Lindsay just saved it, but Matthew White holding on in front of this pack. Mason Sweet with help from Van Leer. Payson Lindsay gonna drop down further into the back. He may be able to shot for a win, but as they go down the back straightaway, a very large gap for Matthew White. Can he hold on to this lead? Here comes Mason Sweet to the outside.
Mason trying to get all the help he can at the top by Van Leer. He's got his friend Ryan, though, one spot behind him. Look for those two trucks to get together, work together to the finish. I'd also like to note real quick, it's 11 laps to go, not 12. We're coming to 10 laps to go here at Daytona. Subtract a lap from the ticker. It is on lap 90 of 100, not 101. Matthew White leads.
10 laps to go from here at Daytona. CJ Erdman tried looking for a move under the yellow line. That is not where you want to be to make a move. But here comes Richard Cherry looking towards the outside. What will CJ Erdman respond with?
It depends on where he's going to go and how loyal he's going to be to Matthew. He's looking to the top, but he's not fully committing yet. Nobody's really got to run. They're about even all the way back. They have a great spacing on the top, but no pushing. Cheery to the top of the track, get in front of Mason. Now he ducks back low in front of Thorntman.
Yeah, I think Cheery's trying to fake CJ Urban out to try get him to move out of line so he can push the number 88 truck of Matthew White to the stripe. 9 laps to go.
9 laps to go in the air. Matthew White basically leaving, picked up where he left off. He was leading here at Daytona in the closing laps last year. And ended up getting wrecked as well. We had the massive one on the last lap. What are we going to have this year? Mason still trying to sidetrack that inside lane with only 1 truck behind him, and it's the 80 truck.
Yeah, that outside lane is starting to fall apart. CJ Urban's going to have that outside lane not even clear because here comes Mason White. Mason back to the bumper of the 88 truck of Matthew White. He's going to look further outside. He's not going to let that happen. Mason Sweet to the top, out of turn 4, gonna help from Van Leer onto the front stretch they go.
Mason out front, and the crowd is on their feet for the 7 truck with just 7 laps to go here at Daytona. Or 8. I would update. I wasn't looking what lap we're on. 8 laps to go. Van Leer at the bottom of the track. He saves it.
And Kenneth Laura pushing the 7 truck of Mason Sweet out front, down the back straightaway they go. Slow truck on the apron. We do not care about that one. But as they go down the back stretch, will the push come to shove? Here comes Kenneth Laura to the bottom, trying to take this lead away.
Kenneth Laura with a masterful run down the backstretch and a clean move to the bottom of the racetrack into the lead. Mason's getting swarmed up on that outside lane. He's falling back positions. Kenneth gets loose. Matthew White now to the back bumper of Kenneth. Luigi out of line. Mason decked down to the bottom of the racetrack, but Laura still leads now with 7 laps to go.
And you just mentioned Kenneth Laura's around! Almost up and over! Sliding to the bottom of the track. He saves it! We're going to keep it green!
Matthew White turned him down, entering turn number 1. Unbelievable. Your pole sitter spun around.
I cannot believe we didn't wreck from that any more than what we just did. Gonzalez back up front. We haven't talked about him since the start. Ever since Branch, he was just wrecked out. But now Mason Sweet gonna get dropped further back. How are we even making this work?
I don't know, and we have so many trucks still in this. Dylan Fox way back here, the 4 truck, trying to make some ground up, but he doesn't have help. The help is very limited right now, it looks like. It depends who you're going to work with. Dylan Fox in the wall. He got turned by, it looks like, Cooper Brackens. We stay green. They're going to have some damage. That's going to take them out of contention. 6 laps to go here at Daytona. What will Matthew White do? Cheering on the top, CJ on the bottom, but it's Matthew White leading him down the backstretch.
I cannot imagine them keeping it clean for much longer than what they have. They have caused so many wrecks, but they managed to still save it. Richard Cheery with the push from Gonzalez out to the lead.
Cheery now out front by a nose over Matthew White, and Luigi is pushing him hard on the exit of turn number 4 back to the start-finish line.
5 laps to go at the line. Who will win this race? The GATCO 250. So close to finishing this one, but can we make it all the way green?
It's gonna be close if we can make it to that checkered flag without causing a wreck. 5 laps to go here at Daytona, and these drivers are all hungry for a win at Daytona, but it's Ryan and Mason in the middle trying to gain any speed they can. They're gonna be pushing hard.
Gonzalez gets left out by Richard Cheery. Now they are side by side for the lead. Payson Lindsay back up there now. Matt Grab, he was involved in the last caution. And he's back up there.
Richard Cheery with a great move. He did not block that run on Matthew White. He knew it wouldn't have worked, and it's going to keep him in contention to win. He may lose a couple positions, but he's still in it. Mason all over the back bumper of him. A little loose by Ryan, and welcome to the party, Matt Grab in the 53 truck. 4 to go at Daytona.
Now, I should mention before we get to the finish, lap truck ahead, Zachary Murs, hopefully going to get out of the way. There's more contact. Gonzalez holding the inside lane tight and very tight.
We are getting closer and closer to that edge of that breaking point of carnage. And I think we're going to start wadding them up here this lap. I have a feeling if we're going to wreck, it's going to be now. Coming to the line. 2 laps to go. 3 laps to go. I don't know when the ticker updates. 3 to go.
Matthew White looking to the inside. No help behind, though. Is anyone going to drop down to help him? Looks like Matt Grab going to get shoved down the line by Gonzalez. Will Matt Grab follow Matthew White? No, he will not. Here comes CJ Erdman. We have talked about him all day being aggressive. Will he be aggressive again? Down the back straightaway they go.
CJ is going to be giving the push. It's to Matthew White all the way down the backstretch. Mason out of line. He's going to put him 3 wide in the middle, but no help for the 7 truck. Now he does with the 40 of Peyton Lindsay. Gets in front of him as they come off of turn number 4.
Matthew White to the lead of this race. He's looking to make it his second GATCO 250. Coming to the line. 2 laps to go here at Daytona.
2 laps to go here at Daytona. This is gonna get exciting. Will we make it back to the white flag? Erdman up top and no help on the bottom with Matthew White.
It's gonna be close. Down the back straightaway. Single file up top. 3 wide behind. Here comes Ryan New to the inside. Making it 3 wide through the middle.
Ryan's gonna have a shot at it, but he's gonna need some help. It doesn't look like anybody's gonna be able to get there close enough. He's gonna need a side draft. Lindsay trying to go low.
The question is, what do you have to do to win a GATCO 250? Let's see right here. The white flag is displayed. 1 lap to go here at Daytona through the tri-oval.
1 lap to go here at Daytona. Lap 100. What will happen here? Erdman out front. Luigi goes down low. What a block by Erdman. Some big contact with the leaders.
Gonzalez down the back straightaway. He's not going to have the help because his teammates getting blocked. Matthew White around. He's not going to do it. Here comes Gonzalez to the inside, trying to get by Erdman. Erdman pulls the block. Heading into turn 3.
Can Erdman hold him off as they enter the final corners? Turns 3 and 4. Erdman scoots up off the bottom of the racetrack a little bit. Luigi's going to have 1 shot at it if he can get to the outside. He does. He turns him. Van Leer out of nowhere. It is going to be Van Leer to the line, and he is going to win the GATCO 250 at Daytona. Unbelievable.
I just can't believe what I just saw. Probably one of the least aggressive drivers we've seen all night. Just won the race because he did not try to pull a crazy move. And heartbreak for CJ Erdman and Luigi Gonzalez. I just can't believe what we just saw.
Unbelievable. Van Leer gets it done at Daytona. And we talked about it. We said, I don't know if he could do it. He was up here at the beginning of the race, and then he fell back.
You can see Zachary Murs, I'm guessing one of his teammates, gonna give him a good old congratulations for a win. What a job by Livin Van Leer. He did pretty much nothing going to the white flag, and he ended up winning the race by just not trying to go anything crazy, and he's gonna burn it down here at Daytona.
And that's exactly what you need to do in instances like this. Sometimes it's better to be safe than to try and make a risky move. We saw drivers making risky moves all night, and we saw how it worked out for them. It rarely ever did. But Van Leer was able to pull off the upset, coming off of turn number 4. We have some issues in the back, but come off of turn number 4, and just the seas parted for him.
Yeah, I hope he can get in one of these chats so we can give him an interview here. But I just cannot believe the block that just happened coming off turn 4 with CJ Erdman. But as we got our race control, Jonah Epsy in the voice chat, what does he have to say?
Just here to confirm that the top 3 are official. Top 3 are official.
So 80, 29, 6?
Correct.
Okay.
Because none of them were involved in the final lap crash, or none of them were part of the cause of it. So,
Okay.
No further call on that.
Well, we got our race winner here in the chat. Van Leer, you were able to pull it off the final lap. The seas kind of parted. Talk about your run to the finish here.
Yeah, I was committed to Luigi. That's my teammate, my team owner. We were working good together the whole race. And I knew if I had him, we were gonna go places and we were gonna be unstoppable. And in that case, we were. Anytime we were together the whole race, we were basically unstoppable.
Yeah, I was talking about it coming to the line. I said that Luigi probably had one shot if he get to the outside, and he did. But the 47 threw a block. They ended up getting wrecked, and then you were able to sneak right through. I didn't even realize the 04 almost got upside down.
Yeah, wild ride he took. Yeah, I want to thank him and Zach and Murray so much. Last week in the duels was fun working with each other, and this one felt better.
Yeah, well, you were able to get it done in an amazing way. You're going to be now the points leader heading into the rest of the season, so hopefully you come back and do a couple more races. But congratulations on your GATCO 250, and go celebrate.
Appreciate it. Have a good night, y'all.
Thank you. Well, that was an unbelievable way to finish this one out. I don't think anybody could have predicted that 80 truck winning. I had a feeling earlier. I don't know why. I think because he doesn't have GATCO banners. So that's unfortunate. But finishing P2 is Richard Cheery. I don't see him in the Discord. We'll just go down the list. Donovan, no. Matt Grab, no. Looks like it might be Mason in 9th. I'm trying to see if there's anybody we could interview. We can interview. He had an eventful day. Cooper Bracken's in the 68. I don't even know where he finished. Okay, 16th. Yeah. Cooper, talk about your race. We know you had an eventful one.
I'm gonna start with this. Am I gonna get a points penalty for bad mouth?
No. Well, it depends on the word
Okay.
you say, but as long as it's not a word like a Larson word, no, you're good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say any racial slurs, of course, but the 80, he can suck my dick. He has been a horrible blocker the whole race. Same with the 88, but I'm used to him. 80, not so much. Horrible blocker. I apologize to Dylan Fox, but 80 threw a horrible block. I tried to avoid him, got to the 4, ruined both of us, and then Jackass wins the race. That's just how GATCO is. The great guys get screwed over by the idiots, and then the idiots win. It's every single race nowadays. I'm tired of it.
Well, that's some fire under the hood for the 68 truck. Can we expect anything in the coming weeks from you?
Hopefully, as long as I don't kill somebody.
Wow. Well,
We'll see.
Congrats on your finish, I guess, but we'll see you next week at Auto Club, where I think you'll have a pretty interesting story. All right, that's Cooper Brackens. I think he seems like he's upset.
I have gone Richard Cheery into the voice chat now.
All right,
let's go.
Let's bring him in. All right, Richard, you were so close. Talk about it.
Well, shout out to my grab, Matthew White, Say Yerman, Aiden Holtz, Saint Ramon, Cammy Chandler, Brody Webster. He was in my race car. He saved my cat when I was 4 years old. So, that story gets me emotional. So we had him in the pit box, and we had him in the car. You can see it right there. Look, you see that eye patch?
Yeah,
it's Brody Weber. So yeah, him in the back of the car too. So yep.
What are we drinking?
Pepsi. Pickle Pepsi.
That is pickle Pepsi? That's interesting. Never heard of it. Well, how was your race? You came out P2. How was your race getting to the finish?
It was pretty fun. I mean, I had a blast. Just well, yeah, I had a lot of help with Matthew on these people. Just really unfortunately, it didn't come down to the last few laps. So probably gave yelled it way too much with with those with some of the people that were blocking and stuff, but would rather not wreck than making, like, I don't know, making sure that I'm not gonna say it on stream, but I know what I mean. So we have Fat Patrick on the profile picture that represents me right now. I'm just eating cookies right now, so pretty fun.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week at California, and I'd love for you to pick up the win. I would love to hear a win interview for you.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, let's pick up our third place finisher, Donovan Hogan. Donovan, you finished third tonight. Almost had a chance to win. Just had a little bit of contact overall. Just every time we saw you on the broadcast, it seemed like you were in some type of trouble. But how did you manage to get third there?
Yeah. I mean, starting off the night, I was really struggling with internet issues, as you guys probably saw my truck blinking in and out. But yeah, after that wreck up at the front, I just put my head down, and then I just started driving back up to the front, but I tried my best to stay out of trouble. I really tried my best.
Well, I want to say nothing to do with your race, but your race car, that is my favorite shade of blue. So you're easily one of my favorite drivers just because of that. So when you win,
Thank you.
I'm
Shout out
gonna throw a party.
Shout out to my sponsors, Dirt Road Detailing, Laney, Megan, and Wade Kessler. And yeah, just shout out to them for helping me out here with my racing. So yeah, that's basically it.
Well, congratulations on your third place finish. We'll see you out at California. Hopefully, you can pick up the checkered flag.
Yep, thank you.
All right, let's see. As we go down this running order, a driver I would like to interview is the driver who was not even supposed to be here. Comes home P6. Throckmorton, you finished P6. You weren't supposed to be here. You made it in. Talk about your race. Well, all right.
Wow.
Well, that was that. Let's bring in Luigi. Had a shot at it coming off of turn number 4. Voice crack. Coming off of turn number 4. Was hoping you'd be able to make a run at it, make it a side-by-side finish, but wasn't able to do so. But talk about your night.
Very up and down night. Let's see. We had the first half of the race, we were like pretty calm. Then me and my teammates, LeBon Van Leer, race winner, and Zachary Mers, slowly made our way to the front. Mers was a bunch of laps down during the race, but at stage finish, I almost wrecked myself going for some stage points. I did say earlier in the race that I would I would go for stage points no matter what. Didn't get any, but thankfully, I'm hoping my teammate at least did. Thought he won the first stage, but apparently he didn't. That final that final part of the race, I genuinely thought coming in turn 3 and 4, when Pace and Lindsay was on my outside and I had my teammate behind me, I thought, yeah, it was over. We were just gonna be gridlock. And then like that big push he gave to me, Van Leer, coming out of 4, I'm like, oh yeah, as I see that clear from the 40. Then that 47, man, he wanted it as bad as I wanted it, but unfortunately, it just caused the Omega run coming to the checkered flag. Thankfully, my driver went through, so yeah.
Yeah, it's always good when your driver can still win, even if you're not the one to do it. Probably won't make it sting as bad, but you were out there all night. I love the paint scheme. I love the number. You remind me of my friend Shaz, so I would request a purple car at some point, but that is my only thing. But good job tonight. Hopefully you come back and pick up a win later on the season, maybe next week, California.
Qualified 4th last season. Hopefully I don't wreck it on the 4th lap next season.
Oh yeah.
Again.
All right. Well, good. Congratulations on your. You got 8th. Okay, on your 8th place finish. I think you got like 15th.
Yeah, we hung on to it.
All right. I guess that'll do it from here at Daytona. Aiden, is there anything you would like to say before we end this off?
Well, I want to give the viewers a shout out. Thank you for watching, even through some of the struggles we had about halfway through the race with the ticker deciding to having a tantrum on us. But yeah, gotta thank the viewers, obviously. Gotta thank you for hosting the GATCO and things, even though it was a very stressful day for you with
Oh yeah,
lots of things happening.
if you know me personally or we're friends on Discord and I send you something, Mr. Beast, don't click it and please just let me know.
But yeah, you know, it was a fun race to be here for. Of course, congrats to Lim Van Leer for the win, and we'll see everyone next week.
Yeah, I would just like to say thank you everybody for watching. Next week we're going to everybody's favorite 2-mile track at Auto Club in California. It's going to be a fantastic race. It was one of the best races we had last year with so many different strategies from tire wear, fuel mileage. It was very entertaining. So come out next week to California, same place, same time, and let's go for some more GATCO Truck Series racing next week. Congratulations to Van Leer, and we'll see you next week in California. Good night.